Yeah.
Welcome to another riveting episode of After Dark. It is two guys and a girl here. Or, you know,
wait. Two guys and a comic shop. Whatever, you know?
No big deals.
Yeah.
What else?
Right. I'm here with the infamous.
Oh, yeah, the infamous. That's what I am. Daniel, a.k.a. Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. I'm getting it, guys. And
then you're here with Samuel Luck, a.k.a. Slammy Sammy Luck. Because that makes sense.
He wears his sunglasses at night.
Yeah.
I do. I'm too cool for this job.
Well, welcome today. You're probably like, why is all this Batman? And is she dressed up like Harley Quinn?
They know.
Do you guys know? Do you guys know why? Just in case you don't, it is the 25th anniversary of the animated series, Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
The best Batman series, let's be honest here.
25 years.
Which means it's also Harley Quinn's 25th birthday, and it is officially Batman Day, at least here in Southern California.
Have you read her comic books? They're kind of amazing.
Suicide? Oh, no, not Suicide Squad. Yeah,
no, the actual series.
Her series is
I love it. It's
really
funny. Good. Like, for her first issue, she had this squirrel, whatever it is. I forgot what it was.
Squirrel Girl? Well, no, that's...
No, it's a squirrel or something. It's not a squirrel, but it's something, and I didn't know it's like... stuffed until the end.
Yeah,
I was
okay,
like some kind of cyborg half stuffed dead thing she's like talking to and has dialogue.
Oh my god.
But it's just fun. It's what I love about Harley. Like, she's a villain and she's like mentally ill, but she also has heart. She has heart and she's fun.
She's what you would call if we were doing D&D alignment. She's chaotic neutral. Like, she can do good, she can do bad. She doesn't care as long as it benefits what she wants.
Well, so
she's a hedonist.
She pretty much embodies the whole Nietzsche Superman thing. Where it's like, you know, net pain, blah blah yada yada.
Well, actually,
everything that's good for her, and everything more is on a sliding scale.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't say Nietzsche. I would say direct, actual, pure Buddhism. You do it for the sake of self.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Well, congratulations. You just literally made comics into something so good.
I just blew up his Death Star, yo.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But we always talk about this, how back in like the 90s, like we had Spider-Man the Animated Series and Batman the Animated Series, and we had Batman Beyond, and I think that was when animated series were really good. Where we really trusted like our intelligence.
Hand-drawn.
It like Batman the Animated Series is dark. Ooh. That is a dark TV show. It
definitely is.
And I loved it.
And there was I never watched it as a kid. I actually didn't like the illustrated style, so I didn't watch it. But watching it as an adult, I'm like, this is not for kids. I don't know how kids can watch it in the 90s. Well, there's so many sexual innuendos that you don't even realize it, and you're like, wow.
The Joker's like killing people.
Oh, yeah, right?
They got away with so many things in the 90s, cartoon-wise.
Funny enough, here today at the Comic Bug, they did the whole, it's the 25th, and they had illustrators from the actual series here, and it was cool. I actually got a storyboard, so...
We should have nabbed him for the show, man.
Well, yeah, but we gave it to someone that was... So it was...
You gave the show or the storyboard?
The storyboard to someone. Because it was...
I'm talking about the show.
Nice.
We should have nabbed him for the
show.
Magnum?
Yeah. Hey, we here at the Hashtag Show like to make sure that we make people's dreams happen.
Yes.
And that's what we did. We helped a young boy enjoy Batman a lot more by giving him a storyboard.
We're Make-A-Wish better.
We are Make-A-Wish better, so that's what we did today. So unfortunately, I don't have the storyboard anymore, but I gave it to someone that really, you can see his eyes light up. And it was beautiful. But, I see here in the chat right now, Blackwing has a lot to say about Harley Quinn. First, yes, it is the 25th anniversary. Before I even do that, say hello to people that are actually chiming in. Hey, Alan Cavillo. We have Jalen Glover. We have Ryan Super 04 Steel Speed Thomas. Woo! I said it all.
Can someone say that 3 times fast? I'll give you a cookie.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Still working on that.
It works. Anna Mills, what's up? Blackwing, of course. Now, Blackwing, I said, was going on. Oh, Anna Miles loves your costume.
Thanks, Anna.
She loves it.
It's perfect.
It's great. I'm going to town doing some shopping with my mom. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
Bravo. Anyway.
Thanks for being on the chat, guys. We are going to take Skype calls tonight.
Oh, yes, we
We'll
are.
find a
Yes,
topic.
we are.
We'll find a challenge. We want to hear what you have to tell us about your week.
Yeah, it could be, well, hey, what's your favorite Batman animated series episode?
It could be the episode. I want to hear your favorite Batman. I want to hear how you got into Batman. I want to hear you say that Batman rules over Superman. That's all I want to hear. If you don't say that, I'm going to hang up on you.
You could also call in and comment because today we are going to be doing something very special. We have a fantasy casting. And we say fantasy. Casting of Watchmen.
Yes, and we'll want to hear your opinions about our choices.
Yes,
maybe your choice and why that will be a better choice.
Exactly.
And the thing is, I know what you're thinking. I know what they're thinking. They're thinking, oh, it's probably like the same cast we have. But it's not.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Listen, I just spent
2 hours getting razzed on with my choices. And then I had 3 choices per person, and I was told I need to dumb it down to 1.
They were
I'm too ADD.
They were razzing my ideas as early as last night, man.
What's funny was I came up with mine within about roughly 10 minutes, and it's really good because I'm better than everyone. So
says no one ever.
I'm wearing the Joseph hat, so that's why I was gonna.
Okay.
Really better than, no. But mine aren't that great compared to theirs. But I'm glad that I actually got to be involved in doing this. I appreciate you guys even inviting me at the last minute to come
We're
and
happy
do
to
it
help
because I wanted to do it once I heard that they were doing the casting. I literally had other things, but I was like, oh my god, you're doing the casting. I called and I asked. And they said yes. So.
He punched a baby in the face here.
I did because I had to get away. So
do it.
So I'm here and we're doing it. Hey, what's up, Jazzer? See you.
So do we want to start with Batman first, or are we?
Let's do some more Batman talk. Some DC news came out this week. They cut Iris West from the Justice League, and it's not the Iris West that Ernie trolled at the Saturn Awards. There is two of them.
They're the only one.
There is 2 of them. There's one, with the Flash situation. So they have the TV cast for that, and you have the movie cast for that.
Yep.
So Iris West, what was he in prior?
The actress was in Dope prior.
Oh.
No, what are you saying? Iris is a woman.
The girl.
Oh,
the girl from Dope.
Lover.
Oh my
The
god,
curly
she's
hair
so
one, right?
fine. She is.
Yeah,
so
no, I know
fine.
he's okay.
Oh my god, the one that he was going after.
Yeah.
Oh,
but she was brought in when Rick Fukamuya,
the director.
The director of Dope was going to direct The Flash, and then he left, and now they have retooled The Flash to be Flashpoint, which I'm actually more excited for. I'm not that familiar with the Flashpoint storyline, but I did read up on it, and I was like, they're going to bring in Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohen, and they got the Flash in there.
But if you haven't read it, I will suggest it's probably one of the best adaptations besides Wonder Woman for the animated version. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't read it, just watch that. You will love it. It's very close to what happens. There are a few things. Oh yeah.
You want to give a brief rundown?
Okay.
Flashpoint
So Barry, being very selfish as he always is, that's something that's his biggest flaw. Barry goes back into time to stop his mother from dying. And when he goes back in time to stop his mother from dying, he definitely alters the course of time. Okay. By doing so, there's a lot of things that happen. For example, one, Batman is no longer Batman. It's actually his father. Bruce actually dies in the shooting in the alley. Thomas Wayne. Yeah. Thomas Wayne becomes Batman. And Bruce's mother becomes essentially the Joker. Because she is an Arkham.
That's awesome. Yes, that's an awesome time.
Exactly. And she is an Arkham. And then it explains the whole thing because they're just like, well, the lineage of being an Arkham means that you're automatically going to be insane. So it goes through that whole storyline with her as well as Thomas Wayne. It gets very dark as far as Harley Quinn and Batman and just then there's a war that happens between Wonder Woman and the Amazons versus the Atlanteans, and it gets bloody, it gets horrible, people die in it, and it ultimately you find out it all happened due to, and this is going to be a big spoiler, it all happens due to Reverse Flash. he was the one to make sure that all these things lined up and the whole kind of future changed to really show Barry, hey, you're being a selfish dick, and this is what happens. This is what you get. As long as I can torment you, then I did my job, because that's all he wants. And it's really good.
I want this now. I want
really
this before the Batman.
Yeah.
It's really good. And so much more happens. I'm just giving you little tidbits. But it seems like they're actually going to go with the storyline from the animated versus with the comic.
Because they're not going to do all of that.
Exactly. So they're going to go for the animated storyline instead of the comic one. The comic one is epic. It's large. It's huge. Is
it like forever. A graphic novel, or is it spanned throughout so many issues?
I think Flashpoint goes through a few issues.
Okay.
Goes through a few issues. So they're going to just bring it all to just like that and have it run through. I'm excited for it. I think it's a good idea. It's a great way to do something that's almost like a fucking monolith of a story and bring it into one film just for him. And it's something that I love because, being honest, the Flash is my favorite DC character. So,
yeah, I like the fact. I love Ezra Miller, so I think like the fact that they're really fumbling with the Flash right now is a big mistake. He's a really good actor. He's funny. He's dramatic. Very charismatic. So hopefully that goes into production soon. It seems like it's steamrolling ahead.
How many seasons does Flash have currently right now?
Is it 3 or 4?
I think we're in 3.
The one problem I have, and I like to call it the Misfits problem.
2?
If you
2?
2?
4.
4. Hike. Okay. So we have 4 seasons. Does anyone remember the show Misfits? It was on BBC. It was like one of the best things they've ever freaking made.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So around season 3 or 4, they got rid of legit the majority of the original cast, and then no one ever watched again.
From what? What are you talking about?
So the guy, so they had the original cast of the Misfits.
Oh, okay.
And they all went away.
Yep.
And then they got this new group, and they sucked.
Yes.
And the thing is, I guess that's a common British production thing.
Yes, that is true.
But, at the same time, here, if you replace someone, it's, a huge deal. And I'm kind of worried that if they sit there and replace someone with, not necessarily someone with lesser, but the fact that they just replace someone in general, people get attached.
But what do you mean, from the Flash TV show to the movie?
Yeah.
There hasn't been much backlash with that, because that happened a while ago.
The fans have learned to accept it by now.
Yeah, by now.
But when we first started, yeah, you're right.
Dude, no.
Huge backlash.
Even now, I still I still rage quit about that kind of stuff.
See? Okay.
Why not do that? Why not? Hey, he's a star. He or she has made this series.
Pick
up place.
It
should be that easy. It should be that easy.
When they did it, it didn't make sense. They said the scheduling, they would have to adhere to this guy's scheduling, which when you film a TV series, that's about 9 months of shooting. So that means he only has 3 months to shoot a feeture film. And this Justice League has been filming for a very long time already.
We've already changed directors. I mean, they're doing reshoots.
If he gets hurt on the feature film, that affects the TV schedule.
Yep.
Yeah, but okay, the thing is, as a production guy, if you sit there and you shoot out this one guy over the course of 3 months, which is very easy, not necessarily very easy, but easy enough to do, you could totally shoot that guy out in 3 months for a feature. You can do it.
Problem. Continuity, one, because fans are going to say, well, if you're using the same actor for the same role, I need to see continuity in the show, which we're not going to do.
That's true.
And then with that, people are going to start to become very upset, because some people, unfortunately, and being honest, some fanboys can't separate the two. So that's why it's like, look, we need a different type of cast. Second, the caliber of actor. We're going to need someone that can be the actor in an actual film versus someone that can do the acting in a television show.
I totally disagree with that.
You don't feel there are two separate types of acting?
Dude, TV and film are pretty much hand in hand. There's no... it's a seamless transition.
Not comic book film versus comic book television, man. Comic book television, you see yourself. It's cheesy at moments. No matter what, it sometimes just falls apart at the seams. And they want you to be teen angsty and blah, blah, blah. But you're not going to be teen angsty.
Okay, if we're talking... Are we talking...
You're going to be dark, brooding, and...
Are we talking story specifically as far as,
No, we're talking about the actors, how they have to reflect, how they have to show or portray.
So you're saying there's a different set of rules between TV and film as far as,
just for those characters for this particular genre. That's it. Not for just acting in general, because then that's a popcorn. No.
I'm just here for the popcorn.
I get what you're saying. Acting in general.
Dude.
Acting in general, I understand you. If you're an actor, you're an actor. You can do it. If you call yourself an actor, you can do it. I get that. But I'm saying the way everything's written, people are going to see him as this teen angsty, cheesy Flash on TV, and then later tune in to see the film, and he's like this brooding kind of like serious dark Flash. On that, the separation between the two, they feel that the fans are stupid.
So you're saying the vision between directors are different, which is why you need different characters.
Yeah, because I feel that they feel the fanboys are stupid, which we're not. We're not. But that's what they feel. Some people would say, well, then again, I mean, if you ever read some of the comments we have on, but anyway.
All right, guys, the point is, Ezra Miller rules. If it was like a crappy casting, like, I would argue it. And also if I was a fan of the TV show, which I haven't seen yet, maybe. But I think the reasons that they gave when they initially recasted the role was legit. I mean, we just have to,
Fine.
Okay, Samuel. Okay.
Fine.
We've got to accept it, and we've got to be able to move on.
I'm just gonna put some salt on myself.
What I
Move
would
on.
love to talk about, since it is Harley Quinn's birthday.
Where's my cake, everybody?
I know, right?
Is it where my accent is?
Yeah.
Non-existent?
Where's my cake, Mr. J? Where's my cake?
I mean,
Anyway.
I imagine like something would come out like a bomb. Just
No, yes.
Bang, bang, bang!
Speaking of Harley Quinn, they keep having that rumor floating around that they want to do a solo film with Harley Quinn.
that's not a
It's
rumor.
not a
That's
rumor.
a thing.
That's a
Okay,
thing,
see,
yeah.
That's
the
a thing.
Okay, so this is the thing. Do you think it's going to be successful?
This is Gotham City Sirens, yes.
Yeah.
So it will be successful if they do a couple things. One, if they follow the relationship between her and Poison Ivy, it will definitely be successful if they do that. B, who are they fighting exactly? Like, are they good guys? Are they neutral guys? Like, what? Like, that's the one thing I'm kind of curious. Like, are they saving the city, or are they being a bunch of assholes? Which makes more sense as characters than anything else.
Right?
Like, and are they gonna, like, I don't know. There's so many questions involved with that.
Everything is just conceptual right now. There's
Oh,
no
boy.
plot to any of what they want to do. Like, there's the Joker and Harley story that they want to do that's been apparently greenlit. There's the Gotham City Sirens, which is apparently greenlit.
There's
There's
so
Suicide
much
Squad
going on.
2, which is greenlit and about to go into production.
There's so much going on with DC, and the thing is, it's like, okay, do they have a firm hold on what they want to do? I don't know if they do, and that's a concern to me. I love DC.
Well, here's something they could do that's really cool. They could sit there and say that the DC realm is the setting, but it's not the story. The thing, and what I mean by that is they could sit there and go, we have it's going to be Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, who's a third,
And Catwoman.
and Catwoman. So you have these three, not necessarily villains at time, but more like villain, but also sort of neutral.
But that's what they are.
Yeah, exactly. So what if the story isn't necessarily saving the world, but more or less the relationships towards each other?
Ooh.
And that would make for a really interesting dynamic. It doesn't have to be saving the day, ruining the day, fighting some guy or girl.
It should be in the vein of Deadpool.
Oh, you think
Oh my god! If it's
Just
in the
like
vein of
kind of
Deadpool, I'm
Because
gonna.
Harley's like
Oh.
that. Sometimes she gets off
She gets
the
very
fourth- the fourth
Deadpool-ish,
wall,
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you get the right actress, Margot Robbie can do it. If you get the other two actresses to be the right actress that would have chemistry with her, I think it would be very successful.
So okay, that brings me to another question, completely separate. Old Harley, new Harley, thoughts?
What? Who's
Old Harley.
Old Harley, the one you're dressed as now, and new Harley, Margot Robbie's version.
Daddy's little monster.
I like New Harley isn't too bad. I like it's interesting. I like the fact that her skin is so bleached, and then like to look normal, she has to put makeup on. It's just it's great. I think she has a lot of charisma, and I like the her agency that's not attached to the Joker.
Okay. I had something I wanted to say about that. Sorry, I got so excited for a moment. That alone, okay, I'm going to go into it, and this may go very deep for a moment, but I'll try to make it quick. That, what you just said, her own agency as far as separation from the Joker, there's a moment now, it goes into a lot of heavy it's going to be a lot of heavy BDSM. I'm going to go into it, or dom versus sub kind of thing, where she was submissive, he was dominant. Once her dom died, she actually showed herself to have her own agency by taking off the collar and continuing on. Like, you would expect if a dom is gone or missing, you expect the sub to be like, I don't know what to do now. I don't have someone to tell me what to do. No, she stood up, and it's great to see. Because this whole thing is a relationship between a dom and a sub, where it's like a sub really has all the power. Because the sub has to be someone that says, a submissive person has to be the one that says, okay, I am going to allow you to have power over me. And yet, I have all the power because I can be the one that, once again, if I give, I can take. But yet, I choose to give. And at that moment, once she thought he was gone and everything like that, she takes off the collar. I mean, come on, the collar itself is supposed to be a thing of subjugation.
Then she's not a sub, she's a switch.
See, there you go. That's the thing.
And you guys can continue this conversation on Quest Player 2.
No. But it's
I've yet to be invited, but we can talk about it.
It's a breakdown of that character to show her level of independence and her separation, as you said, her own agency as far as being a character. And yet, with that, I love it. I guess I'm a feminist in some ways. It's showing her strength as an independent woman, and I love that so much. And so much more. So much more in Wonder Woman, but that's not what we're talking about today. So that's one of the reasons I love Harley Quinn. I'm sorry you had to bring it up, and that's what I had to bring up for. I love Harley Quinn for that. I know she's pretty much the female equivalent of Deadpool, which means, it's like a comic book fanboy's wet dream. It's just everything that you like.
Harley rant.
No, when I say that, I mean it's everything that you like about like a comic character, even the heavy cliche parts. You're getting all in Harley Quinn, but there's a reason why you're getting it, and that's it. And I love that. She has a dynamic that actually, when you really take time to break it down, Paul Dini had a very multifaceted character, and I love her for that.
So
that's it.
There's a lady pool, right?
Yeah. Oh God, I can't stand it.
And they like did naughty things to each other, and because they're part of a parallel universe, they're not sure if it's incest or masturbation.
Yeah, I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
So guys, anyway, thank you for chatting on the chat. We love the interaction. We love the fans. Definitely hit that super chat button to get your comment highlighted and support the show. We very much appreciate it. The hashtaggers group, shout out to you guys. You guys are killing it there on the Facebook.
You guys are awesome.
Yes, we love you. We love you forever. And then our t-shirt website, Daniel.
Yes, I forgot exactly what our t-shirt website is. Maybe we'll put that.
The link is in the description.
The link is going to be, besides on the description, it's also going to be in the chat room in just a moment.
Yes.
You'll be able to check that out. You'll be able to get some shirts there. They are great t-shirts. Shout out to Larry Newbill. He actually has one right now, which is one of the greatest ones. It's a new one that we released, which is the our arcade one. So if you ever watch Achievement Unlocked, you'll see it there. What Sam is actually on. It's a Zelda one that says here you're going to need this to take this continue on or something like that.
It's like, you can't go about it alone. Take this, and it's the hashtag.
Yeah, it's the hashtag logo. It's so dope, and I love it. So you guys can get it in orange, black, red, so many different colors. It's one of the great shirts I love, so check that out. You guys will be able to get it. Also, while we are talking about things that you guys can get and things you can do, we do have a super chat feature, which is something that you guys can take advantage of here. The comments go really quick, and sometimes it's hard for us to carry on and be able to look at every one. Like, for example, Jalen just realized that you're dressed as Harley Quinn. That's something that it's hard to go through, and no, we're not taking Skype calls yet, but we will.
Yes.
With the super chat feature, with everything going so fast, we'll be able to highlight your comment, and by highlighting it, we'll be able to go ahead and make sure that we discuss that comment. And remember, everything that you do as far as right now with it, and this is the phrase that we're not supposed to say, but we do say it for this one, everything that you go ahead and help support with for the super chat, we are taking those and we are donating it towards the Hurricane Harvey relief. So we're helping to make sure that we give back, because hey, we're nerds and we run the world. If we do run the world, we have a responsibility, and our responsibility is to take care of others.
Yes.
It's a social imperative to help those who
Texas, Florida, Mexico, Puerto Rico. You're in our hearts and our prayers.
It's so ridiculous how just weird time is right now.
Yeah.
One after the other.
Today was supposed to be the end of the world. Apparently,
There's
I
so
don't know
much.
about that.
Well, there's just so much. There's
Yeah,
just so much
really.
suffering right now, like an unusually large amount of suffering.
Yeah.
But this will be your escape. So we just wanted to do a minor shout out to those cities and. So let's take your minds off of that for at least the next 30 45 minutes, and we're gonna nerd out, and I think we're gonna get into our fan casting.
Ooh, let's do this.
All
Let's
right.
do this.
I've been waiting
From
for
left
this.
to right or right to left, who wants to go first?
Well, actually, no. He's more versed in this than I am. So I want to go. I want to go first.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually had it. I'll be honest. I'm not a Watchmen person. I had to do some research to kind of see who fits in right places, and I got some weird ones mainly because I'm not a
have
fanboy.
weird ones.
Not a fanboy,
Yeah.
so I got some weird ones.
Trust me.
So for Rorschach, and I know that me and Mick kind of had the same choice, and that was Doug Jones.
Ooh.
So
Doug Jones.
for those who don't know who Doug Jones
Doug
is,
Jones.
Doug Jones, he's the fish guy from Hellboy, and he does a lot of these really cool kind of characters. And Rorschach himself is this kind of like teetering on the edge of some kind of madness. At least last time I watched it, which was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I remember him being very like he can pretty much turn into anyone. And I think Rorschach is that kind of guy.
Okay.
And so having that kind of special twinge of madness as an actor and as a character, I think he would play a really awesome Rorschach.
Okay.
As far as Dr. Manhattan goes, and people are going to fight me. Wait,
when
what's-
you say yours, then she says.
Oh, really?
Oh,
We're
okay,
gonna
we're
go
gonna go that way.
You wanna do
Okay.
that?
So
we're on Rorschach.
Yes, we're on Rorschach.
I had 4 choices and they forced me to do one. I think I dumbed it down to 2. What I did? I did Tim Roth and I did John Leguizamo.
He did Spawn, didn't he?
That's right.
Ooh,
Common
John
Sense. That's
Leguizamo
right.
was a clown.
Jackie
Yeah.
Earl Haley as Rorschach.
Yeah, I did
yes.
Tim Roth because he's got that charisma. I watched Reservoir Dogs for the first time a couple months ago, and I was like, this guy is fucking whacked out. And I've seen him in a bunch of Quentin Tarantino films, and I think he could take the mantle from Jackie Earl Harley pretty well.
Woo!
I did pick John Leguizamo because I need to see him back on TV, and I had to rep for all the Puerto Ricans out there. Okay.
Boricuas in the bodegas.
I also think he could pretty much kill it, and I think that it would help to get not like I wouldn't call them a C-list actor, but I think we should get a lot of these actors that are not already capitalizing in the superhero world.
Ooh.
Like my problem,
He
problem.
was in Spawn. What do you mean he's not superhero?
No, but that's like an offset thing that happened in
yeah,
'97.
exactly.
No,
And
Spawn-
it was a standalone.
No,
It's
Spawn
almost like
was-
Blade,
no,
where people
Spawn-
don't remember
yeah.
or care.
Spawn was great and
Spawn
honestly
was
ahead
great,
of its time.
but
But
it's
the-
not part of a franchise.
Exactly.
Well,
It
they didn't
came
even know
out.
what franchise meant in the 90s.
It's not like
no,
it's
that's
not
not
like
true.
Josh
We had
Brolin
Batman.
being a
We had
Deadpool
Batman.
and he's also Thanos. That's kind of what I'm talking about with getting the same actors who are already established in franchises. I think we should get character actors.
No, I'm
For
definitely
Watchmen.
down with the character actor part, but John Leguizamo, it's like I would say 60-40. 60-40.
That's
against. 60-40 against. I'm not saying he would do a bad job. I'm not saying he'd do a good job either. Like he's right almost in the middle.
See what you're doing right there? That's why you got the Joker there.
Ah.
Because you're an evil man.
Mr. Dan.
I am chaotic good at the most. At the most.
Mine, I went for Charles Baker as Walter Kovacs, a.k.a. Rorschach. The picture will come up there in a moment. Now, he was on Breaking Bad. He was I forgot
was he in
what's
Breaking
his name?
Bad?
Oh, Breaking
His
Bad.
friend, Skinny
Yeah.
Pete?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow,
And
he's
the thing
unrecognizable right
is,
there.
he looks a little different.
Yeah.
I had another picture that I wanted instead where he has like a kind of like a Scully on or whatever. He
We need more
looked
alcohol.
really good for Rorschach at that moment because he can do the kind of slightly disheveled but not truly and yet play that angsty character. I want to hear him do that thing. Guy walks into an office. And then, like that whole Pagliacci story where guy walks into an office.
I love the
guy
Pagliacci
tells
story.
like where he does that thing where he gets guy tells doctor I'm depressed. The doctor tells guy what do you say? Doctor tells guy you should see Pagliacci. He's in town. The guy breaks into tears. Doctor asks what's wrong, and he says I am Pagliacci. Stop. Credits. Everyone laughs. And blah, blah. But it's like, oh, it's sad. The guy that's supposed to make everyone laugh and everyone joke is the person that is depressed. And it's just, oh, it's a sad clown. It's Puddles the clown, that kind of thing. And I would love to hear him do that whole, like, small, brief monologue. It would be so good.
Well, it definitely sounds like the whole Who's Watching the Watchmen kind of thing.
Exactly. And I think he would do it well. I think Jackie Earle Haley would literally look and say, yeah, that's the young me. I can see him do it. For the series. That's me. But what else you got?
So who's our next character?
Next character, Dr. Manhattan.
Oh.
And everyone has this is like this is probably the most controversial figure we have on the board tonight. Just because everyone has their own
what's up, Brian?
thing. And I'm probably going to be the most, not to toot home, but John Malkovich. John Malkovich, and the thing is, I know it's such a weird person, a very strange, way out there, long shot kind of guy.
Look, even the picture he has right there, he's kind of like, I don't know if this is a good choice. He has a face that's on that picture that says, I don't know if that's a good choice. But I like it.
Here's the thing about John Malkovich. John Malkovich, I've watched a lot of his stuff over the years.
Pass me some of that vodka.
Yeah, I need some vodka to explain this.
John Malkovich.
So John Malkovich, as an actor, I've watched his stuff over the years, and he is one of the most versatile people to ever exist on the stage, and he's more of a stage person, more of a stage presence than a film presence. But at the same time, like Dr. Manhattan, he's this really like he's a special character in the sense that he's this kind of switching to this cold, unfeeling, nearly corporate being, and
almost like Bran in Game of Thrones.
Sort of. And the thing is, people try to do it, and it becomes this kind of hokey, what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotype.
Right.
John
I'm sorry. Comic Sans in the
I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear it.
Shia LaBeouf and everyone.
Why did we not put Shia LaBeouf?
I didn't think about Shia LaBeouf. That's great.
Shia LaBeouf's like part of my spirit animal. He's like a third of my spirit animal.
Well,
he could be Rorschach.
Ryan,
he'd be a great
she's dressed up clearly as Harley Quinn.
Clearly. Don't you see the resemblance?
Come on.
Family resemblance?
Huh? See? It's right there. It's on it.
So the thing is that slow descension, John Malkovich could actually make it something that is a distinctive character. Like when I, for example, when I watch the first Watchmen, what am I thinking of immediately when I think of Dr. Manhattan?
Blue balls.
Big blue wings.
Giant blue balls on a big screen.
Giant 20-foot wieners. Literally the only thing that anyone gave a shit about.
What did you do? You saw it in IMAX. So you saw a 20-foot wing.
You did. No, you
20-foot
did.
wing. You know?
And the thing is,
which is my nickname.
Big giant 20-foot wiener aside.
Sorry.
Big giant 20-foot wiener aside.
I had to go for it.
He can move beyond the wiener if they decide to do that. If they do that again. Like, and the thing is, he's again such a versatile character, such a character. He is never. I don't think I've ever seen John Malkovich as himself. Doesn't exist.
There's no such thing.
Even being John Malkovich is not
it's
being
not John
Malkovich.
And oh my god!
I hope this fits with your Silk Spectre too.
Oh, that's true because you need
chemistry.
I'm
not going to be on top of looks, but if they look good together, that helps.
The thing is, he's one of the strongest actors today. Period. I know you don't see him in a lot, but if you watch his past work in the 90s and the early 2000s, the strongest actor.
Well, I loved him even in a role that was completely absurd, which is on Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah.
His role there was so absurd, but he played it where it was so believable.
And the thing is, Dr. Manhattan...
V-Brox, like, it was fucking great.
And Dr. Manhattan is a relatively obscure character, like, not obscure, absurd character in this universe, and it makes so much sense. And that's why he's my non-traditional cast for my fantasy cast for Dr. Manhattan.
Okay.
You want to go next? Or?
I don't know what picture Josh has ready to go, but I had two choices again. I had David Tennant and John Hamm.
Funny.
Just because I want to see John Hamm as in many things as possible. I think maybe David Tennant.
I think-
probably.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I think. Well, no, I think.
I don't know.
Well,
I
that's
think-
leave it up there. Leave the pictures the way they are
Yes,
right now.
look at that.
Because
Oh, I'm having
she
a
has
moment.
Tenet, and tell me why Tenet.
I think after seeing him in Jessica Jones, I can see that egotistical character within him. In comparison with his Doctor Who character, I think he has a bit of range, and I think he can have that kind of empty, almost like assholey persona.
Have you seen John Hamm in Mad Men though?
Of course,
he is that character.
But
wanna
he is like
focus
that
on
obvious
Tenet.
choice for me.
Yeah, exactly. I want to focus on Tenet, and I'll tell you why I'm not focusing on him. But go ahead.
But yeah, no, that's my point. After seeing him in Jessica Jones, I'm like, he can play like this really smart scientist guy that he kind of turns into this otherworldly being that has no emotions, no feelings. And
God,
I definitely
love it.
think John Hamm definitely has the market cornered on that after Mad Men, because he kind of had to go into like that persona of he doesn't give a fuck. So yeah, those were my two choices. It was hard to narrow it down to one, so those would be my top two choices.
And the reason we're leaving John Hamm up there because that was my choice.
Oh,
I held back that. I didn't let them know what that choice
Oh my
was
God,
because of
yes.
that. John Hamm is my choice, and the reason I say that is because, like you said, John Hamm can hit that moment. There's a scene in Mad Men where he has a conversation with his secretary, and he gets to this point where he's like, you know what? Don't thank God that you have a job or a day off.
Peggy,
Thank
yeah.
me, because I am your fucking God. I'm the one that made this happen. And the way he delivers it, it's something that, like, I delivered it with passion. He delivered it with just seriously monotone. Don't thank anyone else for this.
he has
Don't
just
thank
like the
God.
right
You
amount
know,
of arrogance.
He does. And the thing is, you have to
Where it's
remember.
believable.
You have to remember.
I loved him in Sucker.
If you watch, yeah, there you go. I
Loved him in Sucker Punch.
I loved him in Sucker Punch. And the thing is, it would be great to see him in this. But the thing is, like, I remember there's that scene, the way he delivered it was so great. But John Hamm has the ability to be able to deliver just monotone without caring, without feeling, and just deliver a line of, yes, that's
Like
exactly
Billy
what that's
Crudup. I
happened, and this
mean,
is where you went,
yeah.
and these are the thoughts that you had. I'll tell you why they were flawed. And it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm like, dude.
And if you are not convinced by that monotone kind of delivery, I mean, he's got that movie coming out called Marjorie something, but he's like an AI android, and it's just like this
Trust me,
monotone,
guys.
like da 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 da. He's just great. He's very underrated. I don't know why he's not in more stuff, but
John
Daniel,
Hamm?
I co-sign.
Honestly, I think he's just like
Ooh.
I think he's waiting for like the good role. The thing is, like,
No, he even says it. He doesn't get a lot of offers.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't get it. And also,
Yeah.
he does have, in Hollywood, they talk about it all the time. He's got a. He's got a pretty large
there's
wang.
there's actually
a thing
a-
going on
there's
about
ac-
it,
what-
and so he could be naked and not have a problem with showing his, like,
there's
he's
actually
showing his 8-inch
well, no,
wang.
it's funny
Yeah,
because
right?
there's actually a story about that.
Yeah.
His 8-inch wang.
8-inch wang.
So it's a true story, I guess, in the world where the wardrobeist for Mad Men had to specially tailor the pants.
Yeah, because
For
they
that
didn't-
reason.
Yeah, they didn't want a dick print, and they had to specially tailor. Look at her; she's already like,
No, and,
oh,
and
Lord.
it's funny because
Oh.
well, no, no. The thing is, they asked him about it. Like, so we heard you have a big ween, and he's just like, can we talk about something else, please?
Yeah, right.
He was
right,
so
yeah.
classy
He doesn't
about
wanna,
it. Surprisingly,
He doesn't want to be like, yeah, I'm not going to brag about it. Congratulations, I'm a white guy with a
I
big
would
gang.
literally die if I'm stuck in a room with Michael Fassbender, Idris Elba, and John Hamm.
Oh my God, if
I
she
would
was stuck in a
fucking
room-
Is this
die.
about to
I
get
would
weird?
die.
Is this about to get weird?
No, honestly.
All right, we gotta move on. Back on topic. Back on topic. All right. What's our next character, Sam?
Also, wait, before we do that, Panther 7 says, do you think they'll touch on before Watchmen?
like they did in the movie?
Like, will they touch on it before and then go into the show? 'Cause
They might try to
as far as what they
establish
release for who
beforehand.
they're casting, it sounds like they may.
Here's the thing. I think that if you have an origin story, it's going to be its own thing, own feature. Like
comic already.
what? It's a comic already.
a
Well, no, it's a comic
comic
already.
already,
That's
yeah,
fine.
sure.
He's asking about the comic.
Oh, the comic. I thought you were talking about features.
No, it says, do you think they'll touch on before Watchmen?
Before Watchmen.
That's a comic. I understand. I understand. That's what I'm saying. Oh,
God,
I'm sorry.
no, I don't have the chat on me, so I don't know.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they will. I think they will because doing that whole story of before Watchmen, that's focusing more on Rorschach and Owlman and their whole partnership. But actually, it goes even before that. So I think so. I think so because that's a great storyline, and if they're doing a TV show, please, the first season should be before Watchmen, and then after that, do Watchmen.
9 out of 10 of everything made right now is going to have an origin story eventually, straight up. I mean,
Except for Spider-Man, the
Spider-Man doesn't need one; it just has
which
reboots.
was so good. Well, which was so good because there was no reason to.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't want to see the origin again.
Well,
Give me just a story.
I'm hoping Tom Holland sticks around for a good long while. Like, give him the. Give him the Robert Downey treatment, please.
They say John Hamm's kind of busy doing insurance commercials, so he may not.
Do not.
Correct.
Do not come for John Hamm like that because I will come for you.
Don't come for John Hamm because he did not send for you.
Hey, man.
That's what I'm saying right now.
You know what, though?
So is Morgan Freeman and Samuel L. Jackson.
No, honestly,
okay?
no. Commercials
Morgan Freeman is God, though. I mean, we have to say
commercials
yes
aren't bad. What's his name?
Dude, it's funny. Jennifer Garner
now
is doing.
Sam's gonna go into
Jennifer
commercials.
Garner is doing a commercial for Capital One. You know what's happening?
Are you gonna compare John Hamm to Jennifer?
No,
she was on Alias,
I
my
will
favorite
compare
TV
him
show.
to Matthew McConaughey, though, who does Lincoln
Okay,
commercials.
but those are hilarious. I can't believe
Yes,
they're
they are. I
serious.
can't believe
They
they're
read
real.
like a Saturday Night Live skit.
Money's
They
money.
are
Every
Saturday Night
time.
Live skit. They are.
Money is money. That's what it is.
He stops in front of a
Who
buffalo
is our
on the
next
road.
character?
Next character, I'm gonna move on because of time reasons.
Yes.
Ozzy. So
Ooh,
who's gonna play
Ozymandias.
Ozzy? And so
Ooh,
again,
that
I have
might be
a very
funny.
non-traditional casting here.
Okay.
You?
I know. Right? Jesse Spencer.
I don't know who that is.
Jesse Spencer. He is the
let's see that
he's the
picture.
blonde guy from House, the blonde doctor.
What?
Yeah.
As Ozymandias?
Yeah.
He can do a really good job.
He will
I am
do
not
it.
upset with your
Yeah,
pick.
that's a great casting. And the thing is,
Fuck.
I haven't seen him in anything since House. And
Probably for good reason.
Yeah.
no, he was great in House. I think honestly, he was already kind of a great bad guy in House
Right.
sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Like I think he would be a good fit. I think that it would A, flex his muscles as an actor, B, get
Yes.
him more exposure. And honestly, I think that could be his breakout role if it was my fantasy casting. Just saying.
Hey, that's what we're
That's all
doing.
I really have to say about it. He's a great actor, and I'm surprised he's not more stuff. Next.
That's all you had.
That's all I got.
Okay. I don't know what picture Josh has for me again.
Derp.
But I narrowed it down to 2 people. Oh, wait. I had 3. I really like these 3 choices. I'm saying all 3, okay?
Okay.
If I put a gun to your head, just
No, I
Okay,
can't.
but
I'm
you'll
too
get to your
ADD
one.
for this. I had
ahead.
Idris Elba,
boom.
Bradley Cooper, and
Ozymandias?
Keanu Reeves.
Wait, no.
For Ozzy, you chose Idris Elba. You were gonna
Okay, that's not
you were gonna
fucking
reshape
name.
the world.
That's
I
not
love
his
it.
name.
No, I'm sorry.
It's Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
I'm-
You were gonna reshape. I love that.
No,
like you were
no,
like, fuck it. I'm gonna go. It's not gonna be this blonde hair, blue eyed. Like the idea. Because
Yeah.
remember, the things with Ozymandias, the reason they did him that way is because it was supposed to be that whole thing of Hitler Youth.
Yeah.
That's why it was tall, blonde hair, blue
Sure.
eyed.
Okay.
But you're like, okay, I'm going to switch it on its head and give him.
I
make him-
did want to
Oh,
go.
that's so
I
fucking
did want to
smart.
go
Give him
with
the
a
kingpin
more.
treatment.
Yeah, oh shit, which I loved him.
No, he was great.
Shit, that was good. But yes, go ahead.
I did want to go with a more diverse casting, but
I love it.
knowing kind of like the time period and what they were dealing with in the Watchmen, I was like, they're probably not going to go in that direction. But I will fan cast Idris in every fucking role.
Yes,
that you
he
ask
does,
me to
actually.
fan
That's
cast him
true.
in. Okay,
That's true. So you said Idris. Who else did you say?
Bradley Cooper,
Cooper.
because I could see it, and Keanu Reeves.
Bradley Cooper
Keanu
is
Reeves.
a good one too.
I don't think I've ever seen Keanu Reeves play a bad guy ever.
He played one in what's the
There's a movie called Knock Knock.
no, he wasn't the bad guy.
Well, he was
the Neon
essentially.
Demon. He was a scumbag there.
Okay.
Well, no, I can see Bradley Cooper playing that decently. Like
Yeah.
he could play a good bad
Who
guy.
is also an Alias alum. Shout out to Alias. It's my favorite show.
But I gave
No
it
one
to like
watches it.
almost Keanu because I think he has something there. And recently, like he's been honing his acting skills. Like if you
Yes.
see Knock Knock, if you see the Neon
Is
Demon,
it his resting bitch face? He's got
He's
resting
got-
bitch
he's got
face.
a good
He's
resting
got
bitch face.
resting bitch face.
I think
Okay.
he's a little bit underrated. He's not the best
Underrated?
actor around. Okay, he's not Fassbender. He's not
True.
a lot of these other people. He's not Daniel Day Lewis.
He's a nice guy,
but he
though.
doesn't pretend to be.
Nope.
But I think if you gave him the tools, he could actually do it. And Ozymandias is this kind of like stoic character who does have a big ego, but it's kind of I don't know how subtle the word,
oh,
but
he is on
Are you
Chicago
familiar
Fire,
with
you're
Keanu
right.
Reeves' past, like his real past?
yes.
Everyone
Yes.
in his life that matters is dead.
Dead.
Like,
And he is such a nice guy.
He could take it to such a dark place.
Yes, he could.
Yeah.
I don't want to end up like Heath Ledger or anything.
Yeah.
No.
But like he could take that to
he's
a
not
real
like that.
dark place.
That's true.
Because he doesn't have like addictions like Heath did, but
Anna does point something out that says your guy from House.
Yeah.
He's also on Chicago Fire.
Oh. I never watched it. I
I believe that's who you're referring to. Let me know if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Jesse Spencer, right?
Yeah, but let me know if I'm wrong.
But yeah, and then I don't think any of these actors are above doing TV series. I think they'd all be open to it. I think all three would kill it.
I have such an argument about. There's nothing wrong with TV. We're in the golden age of television.
No, and I don't
TV.
think anybody now thinks that way either.
There's too much
but they're
TV,
not
in
going
my
to take
opinion.
any role for TV. But like Bradley Cooper did an episode of Limitless.
If someone came up to me and
yeah,
say,
because
"Here's
he
a
was executive
Netflix
producer
series.
for it.
Here's a Netflix series. Go nuts." No actor in Hollywood is going to say no to a Netflix series. Not fucking one.
or an HBO. I mean,
Well,
it's a
shit,
short
yeah.
amount of commitment time, so pretty much
Oh,
anyone
I'm not
is
wrong.
game.
Thanks. Okay, cool.
Anyone is game. But yeah, those are my choices. Daniel?
Some will say Keanu Reeves was a bad guy in The Matrix. I like that.
That's
Matrix
that
is my
conspiracy
favorite
theory.
film franchise besides Mission Impossible, so I kind of agree because I've heard that theory. But
Impossible 2 forever.
someone says, actually, Panther7 says Dev Patel as Ozymandias.
Dev
Wow.
Patel.
He might be a
Dev
little
Patel.
too young.
I was going to say
He
that.
was-
maybe
he
too
was in,
young. I don't know.
But I do like Dev Patel.
He
Damn,
was
that's
in
a good one.
the
He was in-
newsroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lion and
Lion,
He's a little-
Skins
right,
and-
He's a little young
I
for Ozzy,
like
though,
that.
right?
Yeah,
I
that's
He's a
like
little young. He's a
that.
little young. I mean,
I thought so.
no, I think he actually would
Matthew
play.
Good was not the same age as.
I think
No
he would
way,
play a
Matthew
good
Good has
bad
to be
guy,
older.
but I don't think he has the acting chops.
If he was,
I don't think he
You don't
could.
think so?
No.
I think
Dev
he-
Patel does.
No,
I swear he
I think
does.
he's a great actor. I don't think he's ready for bad guy status yet. Bad guy is such a specific.
Didn't
thing.
he play the bad guy in Airbender?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Airbender.
Airbender.
Yeah,
is
I know.
Hold on! Wait,
No, no.
come on!
I get it.
Come
I get
on.
it. Airbender is Airbender,
Come
and that's
on.
enough. But no, okay.
But if
so,
Matthew Good was the same age as Dev Patel was when he did the role, I just don't think he has that kind of face yet.
Yeah,
But
Dave-
I definitely think he has
Dev
the acting
Patel-
caliber.
Dev Patel, let's be honest. Dev Patel is just gonna look young for almost forever. For a very
He's gonna
long
be a
time.
Disney kid for
He's like,
life.
yeah, he's
Disney
like fucking
kid,
like
man.
Daniel Pudi, where he just looks young forever.
All right, Daniel. go.
Can I cast me as
Oh, Matthew
Ozzy?
Good with 39. Dev Patel is 27, so that is a big difference.
But it's like 10 years ago.
now.
He's 39
Oh, he's
now,
39
so it was
now,
like 10
so
years
shit.
ago.
Oh, yeah. Then
Yeah, so it was kinda
He was
close,
29 then. Okay, oh, fine. Okay. But my choice, this is going to be a good one. Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh my
as
god!
Ozymandias. Oh my god. You tell me how that
That's-
wouldn't work.
would be
an-
He would be
that's
perfect.
He'd be an awesome bad guy.
He would be perfect.
That's-
He's been
Dude,
he's been a
come
bad guy in
on.
a couple things, hasn't he?
Well, he's NPH. I mean, dude, it's just his life is almost like superfluous. He can be bad, he can be good, he can be anything
Neil-
he
Neil-
wants.
He's a well-rounded actor. Yeah.
It's so weird about Neil Patrick Harris because he was irrelevant from like the mid '90s until White Castle, and then
Oh,
all of a
yeah.
sudden, it's like
Well,
everybody
see,
wants Neil
but you
Patrick.
say that, but then again, How I Met Your Mother was actually going during that time.
No,
and it wasn't it.
No,
or was
no,
it,
it was
after?
before. It was even.
Oh shit!
He
it was
revitalized
after.
his career with White
that
Castle.
movie, that's
with White
right.
I
Castle,
thought you
he
guys
was
meant,
this
like,
big
Super
badass, and everyone's like,
No, the
like
White
that
Castle
one
movie,
movie.
yeah,
No,
that's
that one
true.
movie revitalized his fucking career, and then all of a sudden, like, what was it?
And it was weird because
How I Met Your Mother came
just,
around.
He just came out though as being gay, which he was already married for years.
Sure.
But he just
Well,
came
because-
out as being gay
Well, because-
right before that movie.
Well, no, he was-
and that was so good.
Because the thing is, he was stripped irrelevant until just this random thing happened.
No,
and
no.
boom.
But the thing is, he made a whole press conference, which made no sense. But he was like, I just want to, let the world know that I'm gay, and this is my husband, and this is
Well, I
my
mean,
son.
That's
and blah,
it,
blah.
let's
And
get
it was
over
like,
that.
Yeah, so he did that, and then after that was like, I'm coming like a fucking beast and get some White Castle.
Dude, he killed
and
it.
Killed
He
it.
killed it.
That
Did
was
you-
so good. It was my favorite part
But
of the
why
movie.
Did
do
you
you
wa-
think? Sorry.
Did you watch him at the Tonys?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
yeah.
That opening number.
That was so good.
All right, you guys
so
are
good.
nerding out like about Neil Patrick Harris.
okay.
This is
Sorry,
why he is
great
good
casting.
for this role.
No, and
Why?
sorry, great casting. Great
That's,
casting.
well,
That's
that's,
why?
that's clearly it.
Because
Look
of
at
all the
that.
nerding
Just
you
in
were
a minute, we were able to nerd out
Do you
about
have like a
how
role that
great
he
is.
did that you can reference?
Hedwig and
Okay.
the Grinch.
Okay,
There you go.
ask Daniel.
I was gonna say.
Don't ask Daniel about
You
Daniel.
don't.
He
Yeah,
said
don't.
me. He said
Don't.
me.
But I was gonna say that. But also, you can look at his character on what is that fucking show? How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
He played in that character alone. He is so versatile because
so
he has
good.
to lie, and Barney has to be so many different things to so many people at different times. There was an episode where he played as a doctor, and he had like this cliche mustache and everything like that for a paternity doctor or whatever like that.
You know what
And while he was
is?
a fertility doctor, and while he was doing that, he had a moment where he had to meet himself, and they were like, they always thought, wait, Barney, you're lying. You're Barney. You're not this doctor. And he was like, no, I'm clearly this doctor. And then they had the, did the whole split screen thing, and it was those two. And seeing him play off of himself, it was so good. And it was just for a TV show. It was so great. But I can see him play as this guy that's like almost a mortal Dr. Manhattan, because that's what Ozymandias is to me.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, I can see Neil Patrick Harris do that.
You know what the biggest thing about him as an actor, and just him in general, and why he is so powerful as an actor, he can commit.
Thank you, Anna.
He can fucking commit to the role. He will
MPH
go
for everything.
He
I mean,
will,
all of our choices.
no,
could.
he will straight
Yeah.
like Daniel Day-Lewis that shit.
Oh,
That's-
yeah. Definitely.
That's why
he becomes this
He
character.
becomes that person, and
Oh
oh
my
my
God.
god,
Yeah.
is
So-
Daniel Day-Lewis on any of your?
No, I don't think he would do this.
He's retired, I know.
Yeah,
forgot.
isn't he partially retired?
He is
Yeah.
retired, but I forgot, and I would love to. It's a fantasy casting. I would have loved to put him at something.
He would have been
but I
good as
forgot.
Edward Clark.
Dude, he could have been good as Rorschach. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, he would have.
Dude, think about it.
Can I change my?
No, so let's go to the next character.
So
All right.
character.
Next character. All right. Edward Blake.
Wait, what?
Edward Blake.
Who's that? Oh, is that Night Out?
The
No.
Edward Blake.
The comedian. Okay.
So
Yep, it is
Sorry,
Eddie
guys.
Blake.
I
Okay.
only know Watchmen through the
So
movie.
Yeah.
so I have a great casting for him.
I had two choices.
Best choice.
You don't have it better than mine.
No, I do. Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
No.
Fucking Negan.
You're gonna keep him
You
as
can't use the people who are
he was
already
on the film.
casted.
He was on the film. You're
He
gonna
was on
keep
the
him?
film?
Look right there. Look at the picture.
Oh my god!
See, because
You know what? He was so good. He was so good. I had to cast him again.
I'll say
Fuck
this.
that.
Morgan, it kills
I'll say
everything.
this because the movie, because we all ended up having to watch like the director's edition. 3.5 hours. We fell asleep so many times trying to watch the film. I think you just forgot.
You know what? I don't
think you just forgot.
I don't even feel bad. You know what? I'm casting him again. Fuck you. That's
right.
that's
No,
my fantasy.
honestly,
my
what I wanted-
fantasy is to
honestly-
reprise that fucking
Honestly,
role.
what I wanted to do was a whole bit where I show up and while you guys are doing it, I'm like, hey, I want to give my cast. And then I would literally just give the cast that's already in the film and wait for
Dude.
you guys to be like, hold on, what the fuck? And I'm like, it's a great movie! And just run.
You know, I
That
don't
would've been
even
it.
feel bad. I don't feel bad. No shame. I'm casting
Oh.
again.
Shame in his
Double
game.
cast.
Okay,
He's
fine.
coming back.
Fine.
Like herpes, he is coming back.
Oh, God.
All right.
Your turn?
I forgot who I narrowed it down to again. Once again, I had 3 choices, and Josh is a big meanie.
Show it on screen. He's going to show you on screen right now, so this way you know.
That was not my choice.
That's my choice. That's my choice. Oh my God! Well,
Go,
we're gonna skip
Daniel.
to me. We're gonna skip to me. I had 2 choices: either Bruce Willis or Ray Liotta.
Willis.
I know, and that's
I
why I
think Ray
said
Liotta.
that's why I dropped Bruce Willis because
Okay.
Bruce Willis is this weird guy who's from like Pittsburgh, but yet has a Jersey accent. I still don't understand that. But anyway, Bruce Willis was going to be one of them because I was like, but he can't. I don't feel he can work out and get yoked up enough. Ray
I don't even
Liotta,
think that's
I don't
it.
think Ray
I know,
Liotta can either.
Yeah.
But Ray Liotta is intimidating.
Yes.
That piercing stare and all those things, and yet having that piercing stare from behind a mask is something that only I feel Ray Liotta can do. If you don't believe it, go ahead and go back to a movie that a lot of people forgot even existed called Copland. It was nothing but tough
I remember
guys.
that movie.
It was nothing but tough guys. The ending is one of the best fucking endings you'll ever find
Or
in
Shades of
cinema.
Blue.
Even-
He kills
even-
it in that.
Shades of Blue, which is
Yeah.
a show that's
Even
on
more
right
so than
now.
Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz was a great.
Oh no
ending.
no no!
But he
Trust
wasn't
me.
in Hot
Trust
Fuzz.
me.
I know. I'm saying.
No,
Like,
no,
it's
trust
the best
me.
ending ever.
Watch
Like, this was
Copland.
one of the best
Watch
endings.
Copland. It is fucking
I
great.
need to watch
it's a
Copland.
moment. It's a moment where so the way it goes, they're like these all these other cops, like they're like sheriffs or whatever like that
No,
of the
no,
small
I didn't
town.
ask for you to tell me. I said I was going to
No,
watch
no, I'm
it.
giving you a breakdown of just the film. All these cops of a small town, but they're all corrupt. And then there's this one cop who has like a soul who's good, and it's a fat what's his name? Rocky. Who's,
Sylvester.
Sylvester Stallone. So he's fat, out of shape, blah blah, and he is beat down through this film, through their lackeys and everything, till he gets to the point where he finally gets to meet up with them. And what they do to fuck him over is so harsh, where they beat the shit out of him, and then Ray Liotta pulls over, takes his gun, and it's a snub nose, so it's loud as fuck. Puts it right next to his ear.
Sorry, a
and
38
fires.
special?
Yes. Pulls it right next to his ear and fires, so he's deaf. Because he's already deaf in one ear, and he shoots in the other one. So you see the blood coming down, and it's a scene where he's clearing house, but can't hear, and he's going through a house. So it's hard because you're like, okay, they know how to hide, so you can't see them, but you can hear them. But the problem is, he's deaf now, so he can't hear them, and he's clearing house. It is a fucking beautiful ending for the film. And Ray Liotta, through the entire film, is so good. I can see him as a comedian because he's sadistic.
No, I'm not going to go to Copland.
You can dispute his choice.
I'm going to ask one. No, I'm going to ask one question.
Yes.
Okay.
Taxi, Copland, The Departed, best ending ever. Which one is it?
Oh shit!
Departed.
Fucking hands down. Damn. Oh my god. Okay,
But
fine.
no, I like that choice. I like that choice better than Bruce Willis for sure.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Who's our
Great.
next character?
Next character.
Steve-
Oh, sorry, my
I'm
turn.
sorry.
Because I'm sorry, we jumped
yeah.
to Daniel before me,
and
and I got lost.
Steve Ogg
What character were we on?
would be an interesting comedian.
Oh, okay. I had three choices. You guys,
Tell your
I'm
three
gonna narrow it
choices
down
in
for
one.
one. Okay, my three choices were Tom Hardy. Then I did away with him because
Tom
that's so
Hardy,
typical.
boo.
That's so typical.
Okay,
John
let him-
Bernthal,
let him-
busy with the Punisher, but
Right.
still would be good. Liev Schreiber. I will stick with Liev Schreiber.
Okay.
He was okay. Because this is just so polarizing. He was good as Sabretooth in X-Men Origins.
Yes, he was.
And I think they're using everybody up in Hollywood. I think he deserves another chance in a quality role
Well, also-
in a superhero franchise, in a DC Marvel franchise. I think he would be great as a comedian. He can play that douchebag who only needs so much amount of screen time, wouldn't capitalize much of his time. He's doing Ray Donovan on Showtime.
That
It's
is
not about
the show.
It's not about quantity. It's about quality.
No, but
It's
that
about
is the
quality.
show
Yes.
that actually would make me say yes, because I
Yes.
considered him for mine. But I saw your list and I had to choose something different. But he, honestly, he is my number one for comedian.
He could do it.
I'm sorry. I feel it's great. Congrats.
Thank you.
You win.
If not
hands
Jeffrey
down
Dean Morgan,
for
who are
me.
I would recast as well.
Exactly.
I would pick Liev Schreiber.
So not Dan Cook.
Huh? Nothing. Nothing.
There's a movie called Mr. Brooks that I will let you borrow on Blu-ray. It is one of my favorite movies with him and Kevin Costner. Forget about it.
Dan Cook or
That's
the
all I'm
other
saying.
guy?
Dan
Forget
Cook.
about it.
Dan Cook. Forget about
I
it.
know. Actually, I
Forget about
met
it.
him once.
Oh no, I started my comedy career because of Dane Cook. I wrote a joke. I told a joke on stage. Dane Cook later takes that joke. If you ever watch
He
his
took the
comedy,
joke?
No, because he paid me for it.
Oh.
It was great.
Oh.
The first thing ever he did was the joke where he talks about at a car rally where the tire comes off of a car and it flies off and
And
it
it hits
comes
a-
in.
I
hits a
remember
woman,
that
and
one.
he says,
Full
it came,
circle, right?
Yes, and he said it came for Irene. No, that thing came for Irene. And then all of a sudden later about the joke where he says someone gets into an accident and their shoe comes off. That whole bit was mine. Dane bought it $500.
I
can tell the story.
I just have to say-
$500. $500.
Oh man, you got
I got paid well, dude.
No.
I feel it was well because I
Robin
was at
Williams pays
open
up to
mic.
$10,000 for a joke.
Okay, no, but Robin Williams also
This
is
is-
the
hold
guy.
on, wait.
No.
We'll talk about this
Robin
later.
Williams is also the guy that stole jokes for years.
We'll talk
and
about
paid
this
people
later.
to say
Me,
nothing.
it's
Okay.
We're
about
dealing
Harley
with
Quinn
it.
now.
Okay,
It's
okay.
my birthday.
I'm
Let-
trying.
Yes, it is. That's right.
Are we on the next person?
My
We'll
cast
talk
list is
first.
basically a bunch of guys who I would bang. So that's all I want to say. Liev
is
Schreiber,
mine,
John
crazy
Hamm, Idris Elba. Let's keep it going. Next
All
character.
right. Next character, Night Owl.
Ooh.
Night Owl. Okay. So I picked a nobody. Well,
Okay.
next to nobody. His name's Todd Stashwick.
I
The
have no
only
idea.
time you've ever heard of him is in a weird movie with Owen Wilson, You, Me, and Dupree.
Ooh, can I get that picture up?
Yes, you can.
Oh no, that's not the
looks
only
familiar.
place we've heard of him.
No. The thing is, he's been in a lot of television, but not like big roles.
Dude, there's a show called The Riches.
What else?
The Riches.
There's a show called The Riches where he plays the villain. Eddie Izzard is the hero.
I looked up his
and he is the villain.
I looked up his
The
IMDb.
Riches.
I didn't see it, but I'll take a look at it.
Oh my
This
god,
guy,
it's so good.
I feel like I was looking at, mainly for the Night Owl. It's not so much a character in so much it's the look.
Fuck, he could have been.
It's
Comedian.
the look, and I'm looking for a specific look, and he's the look of
Look
Night
at that
Owl.
long face compared to your Night Owl. That's exactly it.
Don't pay attention to the forehead.
That works for Night Owl.
We didn't get to Silk Spectre yet, right?
No, we haven't gotten a
Not
Spectre.
yet.
I don't have a cast for Spectre.
Oh, well, you have to if you're going to have Night
I
Owl
know. We need
and
romantic
Dr. Manhattan.
pairing.
You need someone that's going to work well as a foil for both
that
of
was a
them
cop-out.
romantically. Yeah, that was. Okay, so...
Okay, well, if I was going to pick one for the Spectre, it would be the guy who plays Tig from Sons of Anarchy.
No,
Why are you talking about a
Silk
guy?
Spectre- Silk Spectre's a girl.
I mean,
Remember,
it's
she's a-
2017.
What did I tell you about? I don't know much about Watchmen. I meant it.
She's the love interest of
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan, and she ends up banging out Night Owl one time. When they, it's about 2.
Banging
That's right.
out.
Well, whatever.
Is Jennifer Garner
I'm
taking?
holding a solo red cup, so let's go for it. I'm just saying banging
All right.
out. Jennifer Garner, there you go. That's a good one for you.
That's a
It's not
decent
bad,
one.
actually.
Jennifer Gardner. All right, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Your
she's
turn,
a
your
good show.
turn,
I
your
love
turn, your
Alias.
turn.
Oh my god, I
Night
love
Owl?
it.
Night Owl.
Once again, I forgot what I narrowed it down to, but I had 3. Dan Stevens of Legion, Jason Clarke of the Planet of the Apes and other stuff, and Armie Hammer. I think I'm gonna settle on what's the picture up there? What did I settle on? Armie Hammer.
Whoa.
I can see that.
I love Armie Hammer. Another underrated guy who doesn't get too many chances, who would do a role like this, who would have chemistry with the Silk Spectre character that I have. And he's also best friends with Rorschach, right?
Yep.
And with my Rorschach as well. I can see it.
Nice.
I think he would definitely take this role. He would definitely kill it, and I like it. Night Owl too, especially because Armie Hammer was rumored to be a front runner for Batman.
Yep.
So this would kind of be like a nice little kickback or something like
that's
that.
nice, that's nice.
See him in that superhero role. I don't see him as Bruce Wayne at all, but I do see him as Night Owl.
That's right. I mean, good job.
They're basically the same person.
I mean, who said that?
Well, hey, whoa. All right, well.
Yeah, but as we talked earlier, like with the Christian Bale, is he a better Bruce Wayne or a better Batman? So not everybody can do the dual role.
And that's true. Now,
Don't.
I guess
Good now.
Go ahead.
well, actually, the truth of the matter is, I'm Batman.
Yes.
I'm legit the Joker.
So,
I will be.
Quinn.
I will be the Joker all day.
Oh man. So, mine. I'm gonna go with David Harbour as the Night Owl.
That's interesting. Okay.
Now, see, the picture I had him with the horn-rimmed glasses, etc., etc. It was a great one, but I mean, he is now our new freaking Hellboy, isn't he?
Is it?
I mean, the dude got jacked, and remember, Night Owl beats the shit out of people at one scene that was so good, and I feel that Night Owl has to be a guy that, like, just imagine him with horn-rimmed glasses, like the glasses with the little.
He kind of looks
thing.
like Quentin Tarantino.
He
Like a
does
little bit.
not.
Little
He
bit.
does
Little bit.
not.
He does. A little bit. He looks like Quentin
David
Tarantino.
Harbour's handsome.
Like, just
and
no,
Quentin Tarantino's
like, add
awkwardly
some
dorky
cheek
looking.
to
You
his
see the
face.
picture that I had originally?
That's good.
Okay, that's
That-
okay.
These
Now
So
remember,
the original
that looks
picture,
like the character.
No, the original picture looks a little different, but in this picture that's being shown, a
does
little
not
bit,
look like Quentin
little
Tarantino.
bit.
Sam's been drinking, obviously.
Maybe all been drinking.
And he's got his
whatever.
sunglasses on.
This
I've
is
been
the
having
picture
this
that I had
again.
up at first, guys.
I
Just
do
letting you
like,
know. I don't know if you guys.
No,
can see it
in
very
that
well.
picture,
Look
yes.
at
In that picture, he looks very
He looks
different.
like just like the character himself, because remember when he is outside in the like regular clothing and everything, he looks a little bit different. He does look like that, horn-rimmed glasses, blah blah. Not that.
But do you think he's
ooh,
better for
whatever.
Night Owl, or will you think he'd be better for Rorschach or the comedian? I know you casted him
I think he'd be better
as
for
Night Owl, but why
I think-
specifically Night Owl then?
Because I feel
Especially
that
against Patrick Wilson, who
No,
did a great
exactly.
job.
No, and I Patrick Wilson, I love Blumhouse films. So, but with him replacing Patrick Wilson, I feel that one, he has the size, yes, which is true. I can see how he can be comedian. They have that line that they are never going to let go. The dude's 6'2", 240 pounds, built like a linebacker. That's the line for comedian. Even though he is pretty much 6'2", 250 pounds. Yes, but the thing is, you have to remember, Night Owl has to be inconspicuous, and that picture with him with the horn rimmed glasses and everything, you look at him like, please, that's an L7. I'll beat the shit out of that guy. But later, when he puts on the whole Night Owl suit and beats the shit out of you, breaks your arm and everything, you can see him because of that intimidating size. So that's perfect. He has the whole duality of Bruce Wayne, which is who Night Owl was based on.
I'm curious about your Silk Spectre choice.
Oh, my Silk Spectre is good.
All right.
She's going to match up well with him.
I went right? Okay, so yeah. Sam, next character.
Next character, we have a Jupiter. Yes, we
that
do.
would be Silk Spectre 1.
Silk Spectre 1.
Okay.
And actually, I think me and Daniel, have the same people.
Oh, I think we do. I don't know. We'll
So, my choice, and this is such an obvious choice, Christina Hendricks.
Oh, nope.
No, that was...
Actually, you're correct.
She was in my original list. I did remove her, but
I can't help myself. She has such a classic look, and Silk Spectre has that classic
She
look.
is a classic beauty.
And I've seen, and the thing is, it's a Mad Men thing, and she's a good actor. I can't, both match. I can't, even if it is the obvious choice, it's the obvious choice because it's the obvious choice. Done. That's it. That's all
I mean,
got.
dude, and since I picked the same exact character, same person, I'll say it too. She's a classic beauty. Yes, okay, you guys can stare, and like that picture right there, it's, her cup runneth over. But
Dude, I'm a stare all day.
but honestly, even besides that, if you guys can take a moment and just go from just the neck up, she is a true classic beauty, and that's something that we do need for Silk Spectre 1. If we didn't do that, then what I'm gonna say for my choice for Silk Spectre 1,
Monica Bellucci.
No, I'm pointing
Michelle
at you
Pfeiffer.
right now.
Speaking of classic beauties,
There you go. I'm just
Who
saying,
dat?
huh?
I
We all
watched
know I'm obsessed with her. So
James
it's fine.
Bond a couple years ago, and I was like, who is this fantastic looking woman? And it's Monica. I'm like, is that Monica Bellucci?
Come
Monica
on.
Bellucci is like, what is she, in mid-50s
Oh yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
She is a classic beauty.
Ooh.
She is wonderful. I love watching her. I'm always entranced by her. I think she would make a great Silk Spectre. I also think Michelle Pfeiffer would be another good choice, but I'm very set
Michelle
on...
Pfeiffer, that's a classic.
Yeah, and it would kind of be a nice throwback because she was already in, Batman Forever.
She
Yeah, so I
would
was
be the
gonna-
worst. No, she got a classic look too. But
Remember though, Monica Bellucci wasn't my favorite franchise, The Matrix.
Oh,
She was a Merovingian.
but she was in a bad
She was a
sequel.
Merovingian. What? She was a Merovingian's wife. It was so good. Oh my God, you guys don't remember?
But I like it
that was
because
the
I
second
think
one,
her
right?
and Lee Schreiber would be
Where the
making a
Merovingian wife?
good-looking baby.
Oh
have
my God,
have
they would.
great chemistry.
Yeah.
And I think she just kills it. If you don't know who Monica Bellucci is, and I know a lot of people
She
are on
is-
the younger spectrum of this.
She was on Twin Peaks
this
recently.
audience, yes.
She's the finest woman in the world. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Look her up.
Go
Watch
back. Go
What?
back to see her in that dress on
Listen,
Matrix.
I'm a straight woman.
No,
I would.
No,
yeah,
she was.
Monica Bellucci is
She was hot in the second
amazing.
one. She was the French guy's.
Yeah,
girl,
the
right?
Merovingian's wife.
Oh, she's cute. She's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong.
And she's in her mid-50s. I mean, you wouldn't even know that.
Look up Sarah Brightman. Come back to me.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You tell me no.
Yeah.
Look up Sarah
She-
Brightman. Come back to me.
That's another actress who I think should be getting more roles, who should be in our face a little bit more. She's also a very good actress. It's not even about her looks. I think she would have the personality to do this role. So those were my two choices. Give it to the older actresses because they can still kill it, guys.
So
Nice.
my last one, my last casting, Laurie Jupiter. Okay.
Okay.
Hannah Simone.
Silk Spectre 2.
Hannah Simone. And for those who don't know who that's the really hot lady from The New Girl.
Oh, yeah.
She's got
Cece.
great acting, great presence. We'll
That
call it
would
that.
be good as Monica Bellucci.
She's so no, it, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the look and just the presence. It's both of everything. I'm like, damn, that was a great.
Oh,
I'm sorry, let me
shoot.
stop you one
casting.
second. So who is your comedian choice?
Mine,
Yeah, do you remember?
Negan,
You're right. Okay, and then your Silk Spectre?
and my Silk Spectre was Christina Hendricks.
Okay.
Christina
I can see
Hendricks
it.
with-
I can see it.
All right.
Yeah, no,
all right.
that's great 1 and 2.
Okay, not bad. See now, right here in the chat, they're saying Lucy Liu for Silk Spectre
Oh.
and Jennifer Lawrence.
No.
I get
yes.
it, but I need to know who is your Night Owl and who is your Dr. Manhattan. Because... Oh,
well,
and who is your comedian also? Because
I don't want to be that guy.
Oh my
How
God.
old is Lucy Liu nowadays?
Lucy Liu's like 40-something.
Yeah, I mean, have you watched Elementary?
The last thing I saw her
But the
was
first
her
Silk
was as a
Spectre
judge.
is older. It's supposed to be older.
She gets older. We saw her young and
Yeah.
then get older. So
Plus, she still looks like she's in her 30s.
Dude,
she doesn't look like she's in her 30s.
I'm gonna have to do my research on that before I make a
'Cause what's her face?
educated.
I'm gonna
Carlos-
say this, and this is
on
gonna
that.
sound racist, but she's Lucy Liu and she's Asian, which means she doesn't age until a particular time. So she's gonna look really great,
Like when she's
and she
90.
does look really great right now. My theory is that Asians
And
go
I miss
into
seeing
a
Lucy
cocoon
Liu
and
around.
change
I
in
don't
the
watch.
I think it's
Sherlock.
strange
Yeah.
that
Elementary.
like after Charlie's Angels when she blew up, like nothing. It feels like nothing happened, right?
Right?
Kill
Feels
Bill.
like
Kill
nothing
Bill.
happened.
That.
No, Kill Bill was after Charlie's Angels, though.
But like, okay, but Charlie's Angels was a little bit after. But then like, there's this giant birth of her doing like minor television, and then
Yeah.
nothing happens. I feel, and the thing is, this is a big issue with Asians working as actors in Hollywood. They
Such a huge
they
issue.
don't exist, which is not true.
Well,
But
but the
again,
problem
it's a-
is the roles that people are like. You can literally interchange, and which is something that I didn't think about until they actually said it. You can interchange an Americanized Asian for a white person in almost any role, and there wouldn't be an issue.
Well, I mean,
and that's true,
It's
it doesn't happen.
Well, no, it's a Ghost in the Shell problem in the sense that you can totally
It's
write.
an android.
You can write.
There's no race for an
you
android.
can no. You can write roles for Asian American, Asian actors, whatever be
Mm-hmm.
the case. It's just people don't. That's the problem. The thing is, the people who tell the stories are the one who runs the shit. And the thing is, people don't write roles for Asian actors, and that's a
Ooh,
problem.
shoot. Okay.
It's a problem.
Panther came through and said Lucy Liu for the first Silver Spectre, and Chloe Bennett as
Chloe Bennett, who is she? What was she?
This is what we mean by
man.
fan casting, because the thing is, I would have put a lot more minorities in my fan casting. But if we're going for realism, I guess when they're dealing with like Vietnam and stuff with the first Silk Spectre
Chloe
age,
Bennett?
right? Yeah, no, she's mixed. Yeah,
Chloe Bennett.
Who?
From
Agents of Shield. Yeah,
She is nice. That's true.
yeah.
Wait, what about
That's
the,
smart.
So
I
it's
get
like,
it.
do you
I
want
get it.
to cast? They probably don't want to cast Asians in there because they're dealing with Vietnam and everything.
That's
so
true.
What
How
about
is that going to be addressed?
What about the lady who played Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, we didn't. No one said anything yet.
That's true.
Just saying.
should have made
That's
our
true.
minority casting.
Yeah, we should have done minority casting, but it's too late. We already did it. So, who do we
I
say
had like
for
Kerry Washington and
for-
Rosario Dawson in
Ooh,
here.
Rosario Dawson!
Kerry
Yes!
Washington. Oh my god.
I loved her.
Yes.
I loved her in
Such-
Clerks.
Oh my god, I loved her in freaking Cars, the new movie, and she was so nice during the junkets. Oh my
Can
goodness.
I
She
tell you
seems
how
like a
I went with Joe.
disappointed
I went with
was?
Joe during the junkets. She was so nice and said hello to everyone
Who, Rosario?
and shook hands.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
Carrie?
Kerry Washington.
Oh, I thought you said
Shook
Rosario
hands
Dawson.
with everyone.
I met Rosario. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, no, I imagine she got
Rosario Dawson.
arrested for like political activism. That's awesome.
So did
Yeah.
yeah.
But we were
Yeah.
speaking Silk
But
Spectre
anyway, Silk Spectre 2. So you said yours. Okay, I had a couple. Yvonne Strahovski, Allison Brie. I had
Allison Brie.
Lauren Cohen. Yeah, I don't know. I just had her in there.
Wow.
And Rosario Dawson. I had her in there. But Yvonne Strahovski.
Rosario Dawson.
I would be more about Rosario Dawson than
Because,
Allison Brie.
hold on, I had Monica Bellucci and Liev Schreiber, which they would probably, what is that? What is it? Not consume. Anyway, they would consummate, yes, a dark-haired child. But,
Yeah, true.
but I think, like, because Silk Spectre 2 is known as this great beauty, I think she has a good body type. I could be convinced that she's some kind of like superhero, action-y person, and I do like her caliber of acting as well. So that was kind of like one of my choices. Or Lauren Cohen again, I would definitely cast, or Rosario Dawson. I think.
I'm about Rosario
Everyone is
Dawson.
waiting.
Yeah, right.
Everyone is waiting for the calls. After we finish with the casting
Yes.
process, we're going right
This is
into
our
the
last
calls.
character, and we're gonna take calls.
I have for mine Silk Spectre 2. I have Linda Cardellini.
Cardellini. Oh, she was in my list. I took her
So
off.
what was she in?
Boom, there she is.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh my god,
Mad
yeah, there's
Men.
Mad Men. Oh my god, she was in so much.
much.
She was in
I
so
mean,
much.
I can see it. I can see it.
Can you see her as Silk Spectre 2 or Silk Spectre 1, though?
She'd be my Silk Spectre 2.
Okay.
Which is weird. I know, but you have to think about my Silk
She's
Spectre 1.
another Monica Bellucci.
Yeah, you have to think about my...
Remember,
Christina Hendricks is my Silk Spectre 1, so she makes sense for my Silk Spectre 2.
Who's your comedian?
My comedian was Ray Liotta.
Okay, yeah.
So I can see that.
Yeah.
And but I have an honorable mention, I guess. The Hooded Justice. I know you guys didn't think about that, but I love Hooded Justice. There was a moment where he comes in and saves Silk Spectre when she's being raped by the comedian. So he comes in and he's Irish, but he's a big, intimidating guy. And he comes in and beats the shit out of him. Okay, you're thinking about it, right? Okay, what I chose to do was I chose Paul Wright, which is the fucking giant from wrestling. What's his name? The Big Show.
The Big Show.
The Big
If you watch on the movie, look at his character.
Yeah.
Like that.
Maybe that's what
his character is like a strong man. His character is a strong man. And then the Big Show. Okay.
I've met that guy. He's
okay.
Ginormous.
So remember, I'm thinking of this character. Ooh, I'm sorry. This character who looks like this when he has no like costume on, and I chose the Big Show. There you go. So that was just for the Hood of Justice. That was just add on. That's it. I'm sorry. I just jumped in and threw that in. But that's it for all of our castings. And I think now is the time that we should take those phone calls.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen of the hashtag family, please call in on that Skype line. Do we have the number for that? What's the number for that? All right,
that's right. You just look up that hashtag show on Skype, and that's how you'll be able to receive our calls. So
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I will be right.
She's gonna step away for a moment, and while she does step away for a moment, oh no, everything's falling, everything's dying here.
So while we're waiting for your call, Daniel, how are you?
You know what? Pretty good. So, like I said, Dane Cook.
Dane Cook.
Okay, so you said $500 is like too low?
That's way too low.
I was at an open mic.
Way too low.
Okay, get it. So I was at an open mic, and then what he did, he was like, all right, he came approach me, him and his like business manager, which was his brother at the time. You heard the whole story about his brother. How his brother stole his money and shit like that.
I've never heard. Okay,
so
go ahead.
His brother shows up, him and his brother, and they talked to me for a bit, and they were like, all right, look, we'll go ahead and, buy the joke from you. 5 bills. How's that sound? And I was like, sure, fine. So they wrote me a check right there, and that was it. And then Dane was like, you know what? I really liked it, and I like your style as far as comedy.
We got
a call, and he was like, you know what? I would like you to open for me, next week. So I came back, and I opened for him next week. That was it.
Awesome. So we have Robert Luera on the phone.
He's calling.
He's calling. Sorry. We got someone on the line right now. Robert, let's get back to you in a moment. Lucius, are you there? If you're there, we can't hear you. What's up? You there?
Hey, Lucius. We're plugged in.
Stand by 1 second. If you can hear us, give us like 2 seconds to work on it.
We're plugged in. Like we're set. Yeah, it's on because you can hear the radio silence. It's off now.
Testing 1 2. Lucius, can you hear us?
Lucius, can you hear us? Call Williams up. Lucius. Okay, we're not getting anything. I think I'm going to go ahead and drop the call. Hold on, wait. We're going to have our producer check it out 1 second.
With that being said,
yeah, go ahead.
Please continue to call in, guys. We're just going to work it out real quick.
No, okay.
I will be. We can
hear
you.
Wait.
Well, I'll be right back.
Oh.
Go ahead, Lucius.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect.
All right, that's good.
Oh, you got it all?
Huh? All right, Lucius. What did you think about our casting?
Your casting is good.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I haven't seen Mark Henry in
a
movie. I mean, I haven't seen Big Show in a movie. I really want to see Big Show and Mark Henry in a Marvel, DC, or a Power Ranger movie.
Wait, who's Mark Henry?
Mark Henry is another wrestler.
Okay.
Big.
Mark Henry has the same bulk as Big Show.
Okay.
Different.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's understandable. I'm going to show her exactly. Mark Henry.
Oh, I got you.
Big bulk, kind of. Yeah.
Is there any casting that you disagree with, or do you have somebody who you think would be better for any type of role?
I don't think so. But
Oh, my.
I've seen John Cena as the Marine.
Well, the John Cena's a Marine. That's that's his own franchise. That's understandable. I get that.
And they recently announced that John Cena was supposed to be Shazam.
Oh God, no.
Captain Marvel, Shazam. I get it, but please don't. Because but then again, John Cena does seem like the kind of character that could play a character that's like, I'm an adult, but yet I'm a child. So I get it.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
true.
That's kind of true.
It's true. John Cena could play that character.
Yes.
Pardon me as I
Well,
pour more alcohol into my cup.
Well, we're definitely glad that you're happy with our choices.
It's fine if you want to tell me that mine are better than everyone else's. I mean, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. But even though Migdalia's was actually
Mine was great. It was
point.
Hot Guys Central. Like, I did it for the ladies.
She did. Anna, shout out to you because she did it for you.
There'll be more ladies watching.
Yeah.
Well, Lucius. Yeah, exactly.
Walter Goggins as Rorschach.
Oh my gosh.
Josh, the producer. Well, Anna can't call in. There's no idea where she is.
What happened?
I was watching Power Rangers Dino Charge and Down Supercharge.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know who Heckle reminds me of?
Who?
The Joker.
I can see that. That makes sense. That's a good point. That's a good point. Bravo on that one.
Does he make a good-looking boyfriend for me?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's.
you're Harley Quinn, and I'm thinking that Harley Quinn and Heckle would certainly go together.
Well, that's
I can see that.
That's true.
Like comedic villains.
That's true, and I want to say thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. We
Yes.
love the fact that you did notice our castings. Thanks, and we hope to hear from you again probably next week. Okay.
Have a good one, brother.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. We've got
Robert.
Robert, what did you?
Nuera on the phone. Robert, what's going on, man?
Robert? You there, my dude?
This is how it works. We're gonna say it the third time. Robert, caller, are you there? Caller?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
jeez. That's
Oh.
silence.
Oh no!
We lost Robert.
Blackwing.
And we
let's
lost
go.
him.
Call back.
All
Go
right, the
ahead and
lines
give us
are
a call
open.
back. The lines
Who's gonna
are
be
open.
first?
That hashtag show. Who's gonna beat someone else to it? Come on, we're waiting for it.
Who's
Wanna
gonna call
hear
in
what
for
you
my
guys-
birthday?
Exactly. Want to hear what you guys think as far as our casting. We also want to know what you guys think about, hey, it's Batman's 20th as far as the animated series. What's your monumental moment from the animated series? Your favorite episode? Your favorite villain?
Wait, what
tell
were
us
you
what
and
thought
Joe
about-
doing the other week? Questions that can stump people and we have to take shots?
Oh,
We got Robert back.
Yeah, we had to take shots.
We got Robert back.
You got Robert? Go ahead. Let's see.
Hello there, Mr. Robert. You there?
Yeah, I'm there now.
Hey!
Blackwing, call back in a few minutes. We got Robert on the line.
Yeah. So we'll talk to you in a bit, Blackwing.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey, Robert, we hear you. What's going on, man?
Can I put you on camera really quick?
Camera?
No, we're not going to do camera. We're just doing for voice because the audience can't see it. So go ahead and tell us exactly what you thought about the casting or how Batman the Animated Series really affected you or how important it was for you.
Well, I'm thinking, well, this is a surprise, but I think the casting wasn't good enough.
Oh, not anyone's
okay. Wait. Hold on, Robert. Okay. So if it's not that great, who do you want?
For the costume that you're wearing is should be like from Halle Berry or something.
For Halle Berry. Whoa,
man, I don't know about that.
The great thing about cosplay is that you can take your own twist on what you do see and make it your own.
Yes.
And that's the great thing about what Migs is doing. It's
Yes.
cosplay. So the great thing, like I said,
We don't
you
do
can
race
take your own
conformity
twist.
here.
Exactly. So you do your own twist, and what she's doing is not exactly Harley Quinn.
she's
it's a twist.
already Catwoman. What more do you want, man?
Well, Holly Berry
I'm Catwoman cosplaying.
Holly Berry is the worst Catwoman ever, and it's something we don't acknowledge.
Whoa!
Okay, 'cause look, she didn't even acknowledge it, and she took the Razzies for it.
Yeah.
You know.
Whoa.
But so Robert, all right, we definitely understand our casting wasn't great enough. But how has Batman, in its 25 years of existence, as far as the animated series, affected you? What was your best episode? What was your favorite episode?
My episode is when he first put on the uniform.
Oh.
Oh shoot, man, that's like all the way later. Like that's like a flashback episode in like season 2. That's a good one. That's a really good one, man. Man, that was a really good episode. I love that.
I can dig it.
Even the first Batman who put on the suit.
That's
Wow.
very true.
He wasn't.
Well, no. But for that, he was.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it was a thing.
No, it's definitely an iconic role, an iconic moment.
It definitely.
Yeah. So you didn't agree with any of our Watchmen choices at all?
No.
Ooh,
Oh.
salty.
What,
Okay.
do you have any, choices yourself?
Wait, I just gotta know, who do you got as Rorschach then, man?
Yeah, that's good.
Rorschach?
Yeah.
Okay, don't laugh, but I think it should be played by Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. Oh wait.
Okay, so tell me
Okay,
why.
wait. Now I have to know. I have to
You
know
said-
why.
You said don't laugh.
I'm not laughing. Wait, I'm not laughing. No, wait. I'm not
People
laughing.
are
I'm not laughing.
No,
I'm
I'm not
laughing.
either. So tell me as to why.
Hold on. You have to think of, you guys have to think outside the box.
Okay.
Okay.
And tell us why.
Because, okay, if he was young, Steve Harvey was young, he'll be doing all these tricks and stuff. And the guy's famous for what the heck? He has like 11 TV shows, I think.
So are you casting
All
him
right.
based on his credits, or are you casting him based on his talent?
Based on his credit and his talent.
All right, thank you, Robert. And
appreciate
you have
it.
classified me as Halle Berry's Catwoman, and
I promise I'm not laughing
We're
at
ending
you.
this call right now, but we love it.
Thank you,
Thank
Robert.
you so
We'll
much, Robert.
talk to you next week.
Okay, guys.
Later,
Oh,
brother.
wait. I think we have a special call from Aziz Ansari.
Aziz,
No
is that
joke.
you?
Hold on,
Aziz?
I need to recover from that last call.
Aziz Ansari is actually calling in. Aziz? Hello?
Hello?
Lunga, like,
No,
are
we
you
can't
there?
hear you, Aziz.
Hello?
Oh.
Womp womp.
Okay, guys. Aziz Ansari called in. We'll get another call coming in. This is big.
Guys,
for me.
obviously Aziz
wait,
is in
wait,
love
wait.
with me,
Wait.
so like Daniel.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just something about
Aziz, you're on the air. How
Aziz,
can I
you're
help
on the
you?
air.
Hey, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aziz Ansari. If you guys have never seen Master of None,
Black
it's
Wing,
a
we
great
promise
show
we'll
to
take your
watch.
call tonight. Hold on a second.
Hey, Aziz, congratulations on the Emmy.
Yes.
Congratulations, man.
I love that Thanksgiving episode.
Oh,
Everyone
but
should watch
Thanksgiving
it.
was the
Yes.
best episode ever. Thank you so much for it. But Aziz,
Thank you.
So-
But I got a problem though.
okay.
How come I wasn't casted for any of this?
Who would you want to be cast as?
What?
Rorschach.
Who is
Aziz
you
Ansari
wanna be
is
casted
Rorschach?
as? Yeah, Aziz. I don't know.
Is it weird that I kind of see that? I kind of see that, like Aziz as Rorschach.
Aziz Rorschach is interesting.
You guys gonna see me as Dr. Manhattan?
I mean, do you have blue balls?
Yeah, that's
Would you
true.
like to see?
I mean,
Aziz, you know I've seen it already. You better calm down, bro.
on a scale of
It's over.
on a
Stop calling me.
on a scale of 1 to 8 inches, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'll send you a picture just in a second.
Whoa!
Whoa!
all I'm gonna say is it's brown for the pound. So I mean, we don't know. We don't know how much. It can be colossal. I don't know. You know.
I mean, if he's not walking over me in a camera shot and there's just like dingly danglies,
that's true.
It doesn't count.
I mean, I can understand why we didn't pick you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And we do apologize for that, Aziz. I mean,
he could be Edward.
We need to see your dramatic chops, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, hey. Congratulations on the Emmy, but hey, it doesn't mean that we're gonna cast you in everything.
I mean, as much as you could be.
Well, I'll let you guys go, but next time I have a little spot, you know, I want to be cast in some superhero movies.
Okay.
Dude,
All right, we'll find something for
hey,
you.
You know what? Maybe we'll cast like a Static Shock kind of.
I could see that. I could
thing.
see that.
I could see you as Static. From
Why is
Static
Static Shock not a thing beyond
That's
the
what I'm
series?
saying, right?
Dude, it's so good.
It's possible. We can push for. Oh my God, Aziz, what about you as Beast Boy?
Yes! Oh my God!
Yeah, I can see that.
Dude, we can make it a thing like
hashtag Aziz Beast Boy.
Like, let's guys
On Twitter.
make it a thing right now on Twitter.
Spread it out. Aziz Beast Boy hashtag. Do it.
Thanks for calling on my birthday.
Aziz, man, I can't wait for your next special, man. We'll see you later.
Yeah, thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Bye. All right, Blackwing, can you get it in right now?
Blackwing, we're waiting on your call, brother.
Blackwing, come on, Blackwing.
Guys, this is how big that hashtag show After Dark is. We have Aziz Ansari calling in. Now he's like a friend of the show.
Yes.
So, I mean, guys, it can get bigger. It can get greater. Once again, tweet at stars that you like and tell them that they should be on. Because if you do, they will most likely go ahead and contact us.
Yes.
So it can happen. It can happen.
All right, the lines are open.
The lines are open.
Who is our next call?
That hashtag show.
We want to hear what you think about our casting choices. Who would you cast? Who you disagree with?
How long have you been doing stand-up? Now that I'm interested.
Has he or has Daniel?
It's been about like, oh my gosh, it's been forever.
Like, what's your like?
I went to UCB and I took courses. I did everything, and I was. Slightly
We got the call.
Blackwing. I want to say probably 5 years, but I haven't gone on stage now. It's been about almost probably a year, which is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, it is.
I know, but I've been writing so much. But I have friends like network
All right,
comedians.
Be right with you,
I've been
Blackwing.
writing
One
for
sec.
it, and I've been giving them my jokes. But if you ever pay attention to my Facebook, like I write jokes all the time, and I'm just posting them like crazy. Throwaway jokes. And the thing is, my throwaway jokes are that good, where people are like, "Oh shit, that's hilarious." On Facebook, what I'm selling and giving out to comedians is even better.
And we're gonna reel it in.
I'm sorry.
Blackwing, how are you?
You're on the air.
Finally.
Hey Daniel, I hope those jokes will keep you in business as long as you will live.
Thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Blackwing, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that has the golden voice. This is a man that when he speaks, I promise you, panties come off and are thrown on stages, thrown at their computers, thrown at their televisions.
That is not true.
Dude, okay.
It is like
okay,
semi-accurate.
Blackwing, you don't know, but here in LA, there was a DJ by the name of Theo. Back on 92.3 The Beat or whatever. And Theo was an Asian guy, but had a voice that people thought he was like this smooth, tall, black dude. And no one ever knew until they finally showed Theo. Now, Theo does radio in like the Bay or whatever, but he has the best radio voice. I'm telling you, you are the resurrection of Theo. You have that voice. You don't know it, but I'm telling you, man. People hear it. Like, in fact, say a sentence of, "Hey, thanks for watching that hashtag show." Just say it real quick.
Hey, thanks for watching that hashtag show.
Oh, man, no. You gotta say it like the Quiet Storm. Like, "Hey, thanks for watching that hashtag show."
He wants you to put some sex in it.
Yeah, put some sex in it, man. Come on, go ahead.
Thanks for watching that hashtag show.
Oh,
Ooh.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Blackwing, the one with the radio voice?
Yeah, that's it. I gotta go to the bathroom. That was so good. So y'all go ahead and talk to him.
He sounds like an NPR kind of guy.
No, he called last week, and I was like, Blackwing.
Right. So Blackwing, Mr. Blackwing, what you got for us?
I'm not the biggest Watchmen fan, nor have I read the comics or saw the film, but your castings really look awesome, by the way. I could say that.
Okay.
But I was thinking for Silk Spectre, maybe cast like Why not Lucy Liu as Silk Spectre?
Well, we were actually just talking about that.
I wasn't, but I like it.
We had another person talking Lucy Liu. It's
he said Lucy Lawless. Wait, you said Lucy Liu or Lucy Lawless?
Lucy Liu.
Oh, sorry. I don't know where I got.
Do you need me to take that from you? Needless to say, Lucy Liu definitely was talked about, and we actually went into a whole big thing about how like Asian actors and actresses really aren't casted as much as they really should be, and and me being an actor, a lot of the excuses there's no good Asian actors out there, which is a freaking lie. It honestly it boils down to who's writing the stories, and. You know, Lucy Liu, I mean, we were just talking about how she broke out in Charlie's Angels, and then, like, you know, she did Kill Bill, but after that, really nothing else happened, and it's kind of a shame.
Well, Elementary.
Well, I mean, Elementary, yeah, but I mean...
But like, feature film-wise, yeah.
She started as a really strong feature, you know, artist, and, you know, I'm not saying that there's any difference between theater and or TV and film nowadays, but I would say even as early as 10 years ago, there was. And so, like, a lot of people 10 years ago thought of it as, like, a step down. And and so like I'm totally with you on Lucy Liu being casted as Silk Spectre. I could totally see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now on to since today's Batman Day, and I've been actually my first superhero show. It's kind of a blur to me, but if I had to think back, I think my first superhero show was actually Justice League. But I have watched the entire animated series, and I own the entire series on DVD, like the 4 DVD box collection.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I own that. If I had to say favorite episode, there's so many, but I had to say my favorite episode was Heart of Ice, because that episode was so well written and it gave us like a modernized take on Mr. Freeze, and it was just beautiful to watch, other than Arnold Schwarzenegger's interpretation in that terrible movie that I should not mention right now.
But I love him in it.
Is it weird that I really like that movie?
No, I like the different characters in that movie.
Poison Ivy, right?
Yes, as a cohesive storyline, it sucks, but the different characters.
My favorite thing is the Bat card. Leave home without it. Oh my god!
I hate that makes me cringe all the time.
I
can't stand looking at that.
Here's the thing I love about the like late '90s Batman with Jim Carrey or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's not late '90s.
No, that's late '90s.
That's mid '90s.
Mid '90s?
Midnight.
Whatever.
Okay, mid to let me phrase mid to late '90s.
No, early to mid '90s.
Let me just
Don't go for the movie girl here.
My thing. The one thing I love about that time frame era, if you want to, it reminisces back to the Adam West Batman, and I love the cheesy, campy Batman, and that's what they went back to, and I love that. I mean, it was a short time frame, but I loved it so much, and I'll never forget those Batmans. Period.
Well, so, question, Blackwing, what was your favorite Batman the animated episode?
He said the Mr. Freeze one.
Oh, what? Oh,
Mr. Freeze.
Okay, for
I
the
thought you said
animated
the movie.
series, it was Heart of Ice for
oh, then never mind. I'm sorry. You did.
Batman Adventures, you know.
Okay, you did answer. I'm sorry.
Or tell us how you think about Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Would you cast someone else as Harley Quinn? Do you have fan casting for that? Or what do you think for the future movies? Like, what?
I love. To be honest, I think I'm one of the few people that actually loved her Harley Quinn, because one, she did her own stunts. That's number one. Two, you got to see a first live action adaptation of Harley Quinn, which we haven't seen, and we've been asking for that for a long time. I know Suicide Squad gets so much backlash because people really didn't like it. It was an okay movie to me. I actually enjoyed it. I don't hate it. There are parts in there that I feel like that could have done a lot better, but I actually liked Suicide Squad. It was okay. It's not bad. It was okay.
I got this one. I think the best thing about it, the character development was actually really good. Whether even Jared Leto's Joker was really decent, you know, like everything about the character development, even the story wasn't too terrible. The direction was the number one problem of that movie.
No, didn't agree. The storytelling was the number one problem.
The storytelling wasn't I mean, it was predictable, but it wasn't necessarily bad.
I agree.
But like, I think the direction was the biggest problem of that movie.
Well, for me, honestly, I feel that it was the storytelling because there are scenes that Leto has interviews about where he says, "Man, there was this scene that was left out. There was this scene that was left out. This scene that was left out because they cut it out because they said, oh, it's too Joker heavy." But I was like, no, it helped build that character for anything that we're gonna do later.
But
I think it was good, but unfortunately, they cut so much of Leto out.
But that's the storytelling. That's literally direction.
Well,
That's like post production. Them going, we don't want
But
this.
that's
movie
not
done."
direction,
That
though,
is
because
not
the director isn't in charge of when it comes to editing. Even though,
It depends.
even though
If
he
he-
does,
if he got
even though
final
Ayers,
cut, though.
you're right, the Ayers does sit in on the editing. But the thing is, still with that, he has to negotiate with producers that are like, "Yo, I don't care. We need to cut this film down. Let's get this
Hold
out."
on, but even
Look what you
producers-
started, Blackwing.
I know. But even with the producers,
I don't make wars. I try to stop them from.
but even,
I love his voice.
even producers, even producing is a level of direction. The thing is, there's a director and then there's a direction. And the thing is, direction was the problem, not the director itself.
Okay. I agree
right.
with that. Once again, Blackwing, we gotta say thank
Thank you.
It was great. And
No problem. Before I go, I'll do another thing for you guys.
we're gonna cut it short, and we're gonna tell you all we really want, because everyone loves it, is the Joker laugh.
Oh,
You can give us that before you go.
Or a nice Harley Quinn accent.
Harley Quinn is too hard for me to do. I
It is hard.
Tried. I
It is.
did it in his best.
I can't really do a Brooklyn accent. Long Island, I'm good on. But
Mr. J. I don't even know anymore, Mr. J.
Go ahead.
But anyway, give us the Joker laugh.
Oh boy, when I
do it from your diaphragm. Just take a deep breath and go for it.
I had to work with my diaphragm real good. All right, here we go.
Wait, is that what it's for?
Okay.
Yeah.
Bravo!
Thank you,
Thank you very much, Blackwing.
Blackwing.
We're gonna say goodbye and good night to you. We hope to hear from you next week.
Dude, Mark Hamill would be proud.
Yes, exactly. Thanks, man.
All right,
All
we're
right,
gonna
we're
take
gonna
one more call.
Two more calls. Wait, one more call.
Anna, you've been on the chat, so I want you to call in.
Anna
Let's
said
get a lady
Anna
up in
said
here.
It has been loud where she is, but hey, Anna, we don't care if we can hear you. Then
Yes.
we're doing good.
Yes.
So Anna, if you want to call in, give us that call.
But I also want to thank people who have been tuning into the hashtag Heart Picture Show, which
Yes.
airs on Tuesday nights.
Yes.
It's our Halloween miniseries that we have been running, and we will be tuning in after Achievement Unlocked, which Sam is a host on.
Yes.
Dude,
Although
trust me,
not
guys.
this week because we're doing a countdown this week.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Guys, trust me, it is a great show. I mean, if you guys happen to like horror or anything in that,
Halloween-y,
in that kind
yeah.
of, in that kind of genre, trust me, it covers so much and it's
gotta
good.
call in.
Oh, it's Anna.
Anna! Hello, my dear. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Woo! Thank you for calling in, Anna.
Hear from you.
So Anna, tell us, what did you think of our casting?
The casting is good.
Oh, okay. You don't sound too excited.
I don't know the characters in depth,
Okay.
Okay.
but so far, I like the NPH selection.
yeah.
Cheers, mother.
No, I like
That's what I'm
that too.
shouting
I
out
like
for.
that too. Cheers.
Shout out. Oh my God.
Anna, did you see?
Fets. Oh my God. Wait, thank you. Shout out.
Did you see Zack Snyder's feature film?
You mean Batman versus
Oh no.
Superman?
No, when he did the Watchmen about 10 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What did you think about it?
It was good to me.
Okay.
At least.
Oh, shut up.
It was long.
It was long.
It was long.
I will say this challenge was really hard because what Zack Snyder does really well as well is he does great casting. Like even if you're like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
Like once you see it on screen, it's like, okay, I buy the person.
because the thing is, which is interesting enough, he does work with his wife very closely, and they are very like intense when it comes to the casting. Those two, like even after the casting director says yes, this is the person, they have to go over it and figure out if that's a yes or a no. So it's a two-pronged system to get to the casting, and I love it.
I mean, the higher you are, the harder you're gonna fall. But he does great casting. His storytelling is more than average. It's really good. It's very deep. Anna, so do you have any comments on the Watchmen or anything about Batman the animated series or Harley Quinn or anything in general?
What you got for us?
What you got for us, girl?
My first dive into the whole Batman thing. My favorite Batman is I forget. It was Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah.
Batman Returns.
Film.
He did two.
Yeah, he did Batman and Batman Returns, right?
Yeah.
Is that what Batman? Okay.
I also like Val Kilmer's Batman.
Oh, really?
Yes!
Really?
I love how we're not even going to talk about the
my
anime.
God,
We're talking
fuck
about the
we
film.
are.
I can't
Valkyrie was
believe it.
amazing.
I can't believe it.
I loved it.
Okay, prior to us shooting, I told Sam there was no way anyone was going to say Val Kilmer. And I am so wrong.
Hold on. Hold the phone. Anna.
I'll take my shot.
Hold the phone. Anna, tell us why Val Kilmer, please. Tell us
I'd
why.
love to hear this.
I watched The Saints with him.
Okay.
And I liked The Saints. So that's what brought me into him watching.
Such a good movie.
Watching him.
Yeah. I can relate to that because I was a big fan of George Clooney back in the mid-90s, especially when it came out with Batman.
A good Batman.
Batman Robin. So I was just like, oh my God, George Clooney is the best Batman, whatever, because I was a big fan of George Clooney.
Okay.
But looking back now, he's not the best Batman.
Well,
I'm smiling so hard right now.
So
I love it, Anna.
Is it because he was a good Bruce Wayne and Batman, or like, was he just a really good Batman? Which one was?
Yeah, was it the characterization or what specifically?
With the Val Kilmer Batman, I think it was his take on it that made it so appealing.
Okay.
And it was sort of a very caricature, very colorful sort of thing. So that's what I like about it.
That was Joel Schumacher too, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So you like the spectacle of Batman, which is what he created.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine, because you had the Adam West Batman, which Joel Schumacher leaned more towards.
Yeah. I love the series.
Yes.
So
if you're
series.
Yeah.
True. The old school, like 16,
It makes
what,
sense.
it's like 69, 70?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
so that's why. I get
telling you
it.
that Adam West era, it's not forgotten, and honestly, like when classic Batman came around between 94 and 2000-ish, like that, it's important to a certain like aspect of fans.
Yeah.
Like me and fans.
Well, I'm more of the Tim Burton, Christopher Nolan, like more atmospheric Batman, or so to speak, or animated series. But Anna, you do make sense. I see where you're going because Joel Schumacher catered more towards the Adam West era of Batman, and I love the Adam West era Batman as well. Man. I love Batman and Robin. I'm sorry, I will defend that movie as well.
There it goes. There it goes. Producers are actually saying this in the booth right now. The Robin part, which is "Holy rusted metal, Batman," and then Clooney looks at what's his name? Who played Robin at that time?
Chris.
And he goes, what? Like, he literally looks at him and goes, what? And he goes, no, there's holy rusted metal right here. And he goes, oh, all right. It was so good. It was so... But Joe's favorite moment is still Ben Affleck with, like those shoes. It's a moment that you can't get over when he just, out of all the things Batman could say, I like those shoes. What the fuck?
No, the thing is, that's literally always been Batman. And I know people like, he's so serious, but there's little... small moments of what the fuck just happened. And the perfect one, in the comics, there's a moment where he literally kicks a guy in the face for eating ice cream.
What?
Look it up. He kicks a dude in the face for eating ice cream.
Batman wouldn't do that.
Yes, he would. You can look it up, find out. It's there.
Anna, which one's your favorite Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman? Is it the one with Catwoman or is it the one with Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh, oof. I like both.
Both?
Well, okay, here's a good question then. Do you have a favorite animated series episode?
Did you watch it?
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched the Art Deco styled Batman. That was Cartoon Network days.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
Are you
Yeah.
talking about the one that was in 2000? I think it was 2007, where they had like all the different Batman styles. Like there was one like that was like
that one.
there was.
I like the Cartoon Network. When the Cartoon Network used to show it.
Okay,
Did they do the animated series or was that Batman Beyond?
No, see, they also did animated series. They did Batman Beyond because they animated series like season 2.
Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond.
There
Okay,
it is.
yes.
I remember
Because
the
the Art
movie
Deco.
in 2007 that like
The
bunch of
Joker
art
return,
style.
the return
Really?
of Joker, the return of Joker.
Like with
That
Dead
was-
Eye.
Oh man,
Japanese
that was so
anime
good.
was so cool.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Anna, thank you so much for
The
bringing
last
that up.
question: do you like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, or is it someone else you want to cast? You know, like me. I'm just kidding.
I like Margot Robbie.
Yeah, is she bomb? I love Margot Robbie.
good.
I love that she's so into the character too.
I would never say Margot Robbie's a bad actress. She's amazing. She did great in Big
Anna,
Shorts. She
that's
did.
true. Anna, we want to say thank you for
Yes.
calling in.
Thank
We
you so
appreciate
much.
you watching. We appreciate. We love it. Thank you again, and we look forward to speaking to you next week.
And Anna, tune into my horror show. Okay, I love
Yes. Once again, well, when is the horror show on?
Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. this week. It will be on.
9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you got the time, please make sure to tune in. It's a great show. But thank you, Anna. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Anna.
Have a good
Bye.
day.
Now, guys, just a quick question before we go ahead and sign off. Do you guys have favorite episodes of the animated series?
I mean,
But I'm just
I
hoping to
really
see
have
you
to
guys
rewatch it. I just know that the Batman animated series really amped up my love for Batman. It really got me into the comics, and I was just like, excuse me, I really love this show. I really love this character. I'm gonna defend it to the death.
Well, I think for
it beats Superman all day, every day, and Iron Man. And yeah, I want to marry Bruce Wayne.
I think for you, actually, maybe Mad Love. That's the Joker Harley Quinn love story episode.
The one with the
it's-
cake?
Yeah, it was. She comes out and, hey, Mr. J,
Yeah.
Really
happy
weird
birthday.
sexual one.
Yeah, you wanna rev up your Harley? Vroom, vroom,
It's
vroom.
real seconds.
And then, yeah, right? Like,
And then he's
that's
like,
your
fuck your
episode.
shit.
Yeah, I think that's your episode. That's it. That's the one.
Is that
Yeah.
the one you think?
I think for you, that's definitely because you are a Harley fan.
I'm
and
more
that was
like the new
the-
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn.
She's
that
a strong,
that was
independent
the
Quinn.
that
there-
was the Harley origin.
Time where I just like tried to change myself for a guy, and I was so in love with this guy, and I was just like,
But
God, when
that's-
I was so young, and just
But
now
that's
I'm like,
exactly but that's the origin of Harley. At that time,
Yeah.
that was it because that's what she did. Remember, and it got to the point where he was like, where she there was even a moment where she was like, "Oh, I captured him, Mr. J, and I hung him upside down, so this way the piranhas look like the
Yeah.
smiles." You know, and he got upset and said, "Well, you don't get the joke." Remember, and he got upset and he was like, "Well, the whole thing is the hardest thing about comedy is that you're always taking hits from people that don't get the joke." And he hits her with the big fish and knocks her out the window.
No.
I remember that one.
That was it.
and they
That's-
did
that's
that in the
Mad Love.
anime series, and
Yeah,
I would
that's Mad
say
Love.
there is nothing to romanticize about the relationship between Joker and Harley Quinn.
No.
Which is some of the backlash
then.
that came with Suicide Squad
Yes.
was that they were like the Joker was never that dedicated to Harley and
No,
never
no,
that in
that's
love with
true.
Harley and
Well,
it's
he's not at all. He's literally
right.
lives
It's
there.
not
He's
a
a
relationship to romanticize at all.
Sociopsychopath.
But there's a lot of lessons to learn
But then
from it.
it's not even the creator's fault. The thing is, there's a dedicated fan base where it's like, I want to be Joker and Harley Quinn. Like,
Yeah.
no, the fuck you
No,
don't.
you don't. No, you don't,
Yeah.
because it's horribly abusive. But
You're either a Joker or you're a Harley Quinn, and you might have been in that
And you don't-
relationship.
and
that kind of
realistically, you
relationship.
don't wanna- and
Yeah.
realistically, you don't want to be either.
No, you don't. When you,
You
think about
don't,
it.
but there are a lot of people who are like that.
So, what was your favorite episode?
So my favorite, if I remember correctly, there was an episode where Batman found out that he's not really Batman. If I remember correctly, like it was like a really. I was really young when I saw it. I think I had to be like
Maybe my
10,
favorite
12 years
episode.
old.
I think so. We'll see.
It's the one where like he finds out he's like, know if he's like a robot or he's from, like the past or something like that. Where like he's not the first Batman, and like he realized, but he's also not a real Batman. He's like this robot thing.
Gotta send you that. I don't remember that.
I'm trying to remember the.
Well, I have an episode where my favorite episode is it's called On the Edge, where it's actually Barbara Gordon, Batwoman, a Batgirl, and she's hooked up to this fear thing from Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And she has a nightmare, and we're watching the nightmare. And in the nightmare, Batman is chased down by Gordon because, unfortunately, he let Barbara die. So Barbara dies. She falls off a building, trying to, repel from one building to another. She falls off and dies. So then when she dies, Gordon's there. He unmasks, finds out it's Barbara. Pissed as fuck. You killed my daughter? What the fuck is up with you? Like, I'm fucking coming to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, and so it becomes this whole thing where now I know exactly who you are because I figured out she was pretty much the female ward to Bruce Wayne. So I got it, and they put it all together. So he comes up and chasing him. They're coming down the stairs of the fucking Batcave, from the house to the Batcave. And they're coming down, and they're like, Bruce Wayne, freeze. They don't say Batman. Bruce Wayne, freeze. And he realizes, like, shit, I'm caught. And it's that moment where it was like, damn, this was so good. And it was her fear that because of her negligence or her not able to be him, that she ends up getting him caught. That was her biggest fear. That was so good to me. And it was like also through that reflecting his fear, because his fear was that he wasn't good enough as Batman, as his mantle, to be a kind of like example to all the people he had behind him. So she dies. Robin ends up getting caught. Alfred dies trying to defend them. Robin gets killed, and then after that, it comes to a point where Batman almost ends up dying, and then she wakes up after Batman dies, not after she dies. So the thing is, in that whole thing, you have to realize Batman, in a way, and this is hard to say, he's corrupted everyone that works with him so much that he is the center of their lives, not them themselves. That's kind of fucked. And that's why that episode is so good to me.
Well, the thing is, there's already a theory where, like, Batman's actually the bad guy. And
exactly.
That's like the most
True.
common theory.
True.
But at the same time, like, who the fuck doesn't know?
Oh, yeah. Nightwing gets arrested in that episode. That's right. That's very true. Everyone is fucked in that episode.
And more importantly, like, who the fuck at this point doesn't know who Bruce Wayne is at this point? It feels like everyone knows who Bruce Wayne
if you don't get off the chat. But I would also like to add Blackwing. I'm an orange belt Kempo, so I will really do my own stunts. Okay?
There you go.
Me and Margot will do stunts together.
Ooh.
All right, guys. Time to wrap it up. It's been so much fun. I don't even want to wrap it up, but we must do.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah, it has been.
But I have hair in my eye, so it's time to go. It's time to go, y'all.
Well, okay. Well, everyone, where can we find everyone on social media?
You can
also on hashtag show.
Derek, you can find me on Instagram at SlammySammyLocke. You can find me on Twitter at SlammySammyLocke. You can find me on the Book of Faces at Samuel Locke. You can find me.
I love it.
And you can find me on YouTube at Steam Bunny Prod. That's all one word. I do comedy there sometimes.
And where can we find you on the hashtag show?
And hashtag show, you can find me on Achievement Unlocked every Tuesday. Sometimes you can find me on Wednesdays on the Twitch, as long as I'm not working on other things. Yeah.
On the Twitch?
On the Twitch.
On the Twitches.
On the Twitch. At hashtag show TV.
I am Miggy Spicy on Twitter, on Facebook, and Miggy Cosplay on Instagram. Guys, follow me. We do fun stuff all the time on my Instagram, my Twitter, and Twitter's great. I am also on After Dark Saturday nights. I'm also on hashtag Horror Picture Show Tuesday nights, and I will be scattered, throughout where I can fit in. But I'm very excited because on an upcoming episode, we're doing a horror episode with Kelly and Sam.
That's tomorrow, I think.
That's tomorrow. And then on October 3rd, we're doing a hashtag horror game show with hopefully Daniel and Sam and Kelly and a whole bunch of other people. Friday the 13th and Five Nights at Freddy's. We're going to just explore that with you guys and scream and shout and everything. It's going to be so much fun. Also, look out for footage of me and Kelly going to Not Scary Farm.
That was so great.
It was so much fun. Next week, me, Joe, Jessica, Kelly, and somebody else, we're going to a escape room, so that'll be fun as well.
I'm going to.
I also forgot.
Oh, Daniel, yeah.
I also forgot doing a Star Trek thing tomorrow too.
Oh yeah!
Hey.
Yeah, we're doing Star Trek after show on PCR.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Great.
PR, which is Pop Culture Renegades, our other channel. You guys can make sure to check that out. It's a subsidiary channel of us. That hashtag show. We are making sure to give you guys as much information concerning geek pop culture as possible.
Yes.
So we are pumping this out in so many ways. Make sure to check it out. For myself, you can find me at Battlestar Galactica. That's pretty much me on all social media except for Twitter. Twitter, you'll have to find me on that hashtag BSG. But besides that, when it comes to the hashtag show, I try to be on as many shows as possible. That's my thing. That's what I try to do. You can find me on Hessian Hangout. That's on Fridays. Besides that, I try to crash every other show as much as possible because
He tried to crash my show. He's coming on my show. He's like, I want to be on that too.
I live here in the studio, guys. I
want
do.
to be on Quest for Player 2.
When we start, trust me.
I definitely have a good topic for you for Quest for Player 2.
Quest for Player 2 is our little geek dating advice show, which will actually premiere in February. So be prepared for that. I know it's far away, but trust me, it's not as far as you guys think, and we will give you as much information to it as possible. So with that being the case, we want to say thank you guys. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. Trust me, the more you guys tell people about us is the more we will be able to push out and the more we'll be able to do. Tweet out to as many people as possible. Tell them that the hashtag show does exist. Trust me, it helps us tremendously, even more than anything else you guys can do. So please do that. Tell your friends. Share it. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad. I don't care. Make sure you tell as many people as possible. There you go. That hashtag show does exist, and we are at the front of the geek pop culture revolution.
We sure are.
So make sure that you guys are there with us and push us out as much as possible. Once again, thank you. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and keep up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.
Bye, guys.